person, no single force, but an idea. An idea that within Big Booty Land, there exists more than what the ordinary eye can perceive. Here we unite, not in pretense, but in purpose. And as I embark on my return to Big Booty Land, as each one of you has done before me, my arrival attracts the eyes of enemies who wish the demise of our cherished land. But it also brings something more. It brings memories. It awakens memories. And it will make memories. Memories that will write the story of Big Booty Land. So Los Angeles, let's write our story.
Guess who's back?
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right, 2 a.m. summer night, I don't care, hand on the wheel, driving drunk, I'm doing my thing, rolling the mid beside and now, living my life, getting up drunk. A piece of your heart, a piece of your love, I'm pulling you up to get down, down, down. The way that we touch is never enough, turning you up to get down, down, down. I'm screaming out, fuck that. Put your hands up, put your hands up. Let's live it up.
Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
And when the night falls, loneliness calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel like it with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me.
Last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last
I
night.
wanna feel like this with somebody.
No way it was the last night. No way it was our last night.
That motherfucker back there is not real. With somebody who loves me. So I'll put my faith in something unknown. I'm living on the side of nothing. But I'm tired of hope with nothing to hold. I'm living on the side of nothing.
Yeah, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I think it's I'm dead. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I think it's I'm dead.
And it's hard to love, and it's hard to love. You're giving me such
Anything and everything you have done. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I think it's I'm dead. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I think it's I'm dead.
Take it up. Slow, steady, undress.
Take it up. Slow, steady, undress. Success.
You got a fast car, and I wanna take it to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. I ain't proud of all the punches that I've thrown in the name of someone I no longer know. For the shame of being young, drunk and alone. Traffic lights in the transmitter radio. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, it felt like I was drunk. Got tired, drunk, got tired for you. Had a feeling that I belong. Got tired, drunk, got tired for you.
That I want you, I say it. I would want myself. Please believe me. I'll put you through hell. Just know me, yeah, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit want it well.
I can't explain. I got a feeling that I can't erase. Just a feeling that I won't leave behind, because it's something that it's on my mind. I guess it goes like na 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 na
I call this cappuccino.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night after night, I'll be fucking you right 7 days. Yeah, man, I need ways, tell me sucker all day. Someday, yeah, it hurts to say, but I want you to stay. Sometimes. I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you.
You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. Still the one. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Still the one I kiss goodnight.
Attention Walmart, this is Gail Lewis signing out.
I'm slipping into the lava, and I'm trying to keep from
Apple bottom make 'em wanna bite. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up, if you don't know, now you know. If you broke, then you gotta let him go. You could have anybody, any money, mo. Cause when you were boss, you could do what you want.
But I was sitting, waiting, wishing you believed in superstitions. Then maybe you'd see the signs. But Lord knows that this world is cruel, and I ain't the Lord. No, I'm just a fool, and I'm loving somebody don't make them love you.
Yeah, cause girls is players too. Yeah, cause girls is players too.
Must I always be waiting, waiting on you?
Yeah, cause girls is players too.
This sex so good, I shouldn't have to fall for free. I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have the superpowers, last 223,000 hours, and it's cause I'm off of CC, and I'm off the Hennessy. And like your boy from Compton said, you know this dick ain't free. I got girls that I should've made pay for it, got girls that I should've made wait for it. I got girls that'll cancel a flight back home, stay another day for it. You got attitude on nah, on agua, stomach on flat, on what's that?
When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, so she ran away in her sleep.
Young girl don't want that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb. Bet this man fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crack up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge.
Pour me another drink, 'cause I don't wanna feel a thing no more, hell no. I just wanna sip till the pain wears off. Don't wanna think about her, or wear a ring without her. Don't wanna hit the karaoke bar, can't sing without her. So make them drinks strong, 'cause brother, she's gone. And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'ma need some whiskey glasses, 'cause I don't wanna see the truth. She's probably making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through. I'ma be single, I'ma need a double shot of that heartbreak blues. she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than one little. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up, and they stay there. Cold shoulder echoes in time. You begging me to stay till the sun rose. Strange words come on out of a grown man's mouth when his mind's broke.
And it's happened once again. I'll turn to a friend, someone that understands, sees through the master plan. But everybody's gone, and I've been here for too long to face this on my own. Well, I guess this is growing up.
Pictures in passing time, you only smile like that when you drink.
Well, I guess this is growing up.
I wish I didn't, but I do.
Well, I guess this is growing up.
I'm here without you, baby. Just still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time. Don't you open up that window? Don't you let out that antidote? Popping pills is all we know. In the hills is all we know.
Cause karma is my boyfriend, karma is a thought, karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Karma's a relaxing thought, aren't you envious that for you it's not? Sweet like honey, karma is a cat, purring in my lap cause it loves me. Flexing like a goddamn acrobat, me and karma vibe like that.
Don't go through the front door.
Cause karma is my boyfriend,
It's low key at the night show.
cause karma is my boyfriend,
So don't you open up that window.
cause karma is my boyfriend.
Don't you let out that antidote.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the cat patrol. Foes that want to make sure my cash is closed. Rap critics that save money, cash holes. I'm from the hood, stupid, what type of facts are those? If you grew up with holes in your zap for toes, you celebrate the minute you was having dope. I'm like, fuck critics, you can kiss my whole asshole. If you don't like the lyrics, you can press fast forward. Got beef for radio if I don't play their show. They don't play my hits, well, I don't give a shit. So, rap nags try to use my black ass, so advertise to give them more cash for ads. Fuckers, I don't know what you take me as, or understand the intelligence that Jay-Z has. I'm from rags the richest niggas, I ain't dumb. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven?
If heaven is anywhere, it's in a blue Tacoma, California. White magnolia in your hair, rays of gold shining on you. Ooh, if heaven is anywhere, it's never running
whips and chains and you can't tie me down. But you can whip your lovin' on me. That's right, whip your lovin' on me. Cause I don't like no whips and chains and you can't tie me down. But you can whip your lovin' on me. That's right, whip your lovin' on me.
Could you whisper in my ear the things you wanna feel? I'll give you anything to feel it coming. Do you wake up on your own? I wonder where you are. I live with all your thoughts. I wanna wake up where you are. I won't say anything at all. So I don't
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28 telling me I'm still a baby. I can live in Detroit like a skiller, baby.
Now take that.
I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. Slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave, slowly drifting.
If only I could stop the sunrise, we could lay here all night. If only I could learn to freeze time and hold you forever. If only I had one more day, I love you 25/8. If only I could stop the sunrise, we could lay here all night. If only I could learn to freeze time and hold you forever. Baby, I would die for you. Baby, I would die for you. Yeah. If only I.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry.
Ooh, this shit be hitting different.
I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not. Threesomes with a fucking triceratops. Reptard, rapping as I'm mocking death rock stars. Wearing synthetic wigs made of anwars, dreadlocks, bedrock, harder than a motherfucking Flintstone. Making crack rocks out of pussy nigga fish bones. This nigga Jasper tryna get grown. About 5'7" of this bitches in my bedroom.
Baby, you my everything. You all I ever wanted. We could do it real big, bigger than you ever done it. You be up on everything. Other hoes ain't never on it. I want this forever. I swear I could spend whatever on it. Cause she hold me down every time I hit up. When I get right, I promise that we gon' live it up. She made me beg for it till she give it up. And I say the same thing every single time.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me, 1 so she's a friend of mine.
I say you the fucking best, you the fucking best, you the fucking best, you the fucking best, you the best I ever had, best I ever had, best I ever had, best I ever had.
Take it easy, take it easy.
You the fucking best.
I said my niggas don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Come on, now lean back, lean back, lean back, just lean back, come on, just lean back.
Escape me. Escape me. Bottles under tires. But if I escape me, what if I escape me?
It's my time, I know, but it's here. I sat at a party, smoking and calling you. 7 Nation Army fighting at the bar. You say that I'm sorry, tell me what I gotta do. 'Cause I can't go. It's chemical. Chemical. It's chemical. Still waiting, waiting on the world to change. Keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change. One day our generation is gonna rule the population. We keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change.
Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running. I want it out of place. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, then a love and care, and I'll take it there, girl. Every romance shakes and it bends, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Hey, drop it down, just wanna see you touch the ground. Don't be shy, girl, go bonanza. Shake your body like a belly dancer. Hey, drop it down, just wanna see you touch the ground. Don't be shy, girl, go bonanza. Hey, girl, shake your body like a belly dancer. Even when the sky comes falling, even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I. So put your pretty little hand in it. Even when it's down to the wire, baby. Even when it's do or die, we can do it, baby, simple and plain. This love is a sure thing.
And it's new, the shape of your body, it's blue. The feeling I got in it's cool, summer. It's cool, that's what I tell 'em, no rules. And break 'em up heaven, but
Yeah, I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for that jet. Yeah. Okay, alright, that's fine. I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that rap, too sexy for that chat. Yeah.
Did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. Came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle. Did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. Came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. They're always complaining, always complaining. If money is such a problem, well, they got matches. Think we should rob them.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. They're always complaining,
entrepreneurs have it. That fact that you truly just feel different. It's not to be disrespectful towards anyone else, but it honestly feels like you have more inside you than other people have. Like you have that weird gift, that weird potential that you could say, hey, I can do something better than that person can. I don't deserve and I shouldn't be working in that 9-to-5 jobs. I have so much inside that I want to get out. I just don't know how to get it out. And I remember sitting on my college campus bench and the bell rang and every kid was going from class to class, class to class. And there were thousands of kids going from all these different classes. And I sat there on the bench and I just watched them. I sat there and I watched every single student go from different building. And I just thought to myself, when do we learn anything different? If I'm learning the same thing as 15,000 other kids, that means I'm going to have the same result as 15,000 kids.
Makes sense.
And every single kid I know who graduated college complained about their job, wasn't happy with their salary, worked a 9-to-5, had to pay off debt. The only way to truly be successful in life is at some point for you to do something different, for you to stand outside the crowd, for you to say, hey, I don't give a fuck what someone else thinks about me. I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I want to do it.
Yeah, drinking dope, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Boom, my 90, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah. Candy in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young mage, praying to the crowd, take to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, better take it to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra.
You stole all another love, all my tears. You stole from on the car, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed ever since we was on. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I will be nothing. Now they always say congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Work so hard for that.
Oh yeah.
Vacation.
Oh yeah, we're back, baby! We're back, baby! Traders, let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's get ready to see what's going to be coming on up here today because I am absolutely fired up on this day. I am so excited to see where this momentum takes us. I'm so ready to go. Traders, I mean, I don't think I even have to talk about it that much, but it all comes down to Nvidia today. It comes on down to Nvidia. It comes on down to how hot, how crazy, how much momentum is this play going to be bringing us today. We are talking about life-changing gains. We are, guys. We're talking about life-changing gains, life-changing momentum, life-changing profits. And obviously, we want that. We want those moves. We want that sort of activity. So, we think about how do people have those nice cars? How do people have those boats out over in bays? How do people have those huge houses? How can people travel the world? They travel the world, guys, through the markets, through investing. It's very hard to just get rich, to just get super wealthy when it's just you working one singular job and getting one singular income. Do you know where people make lots of money? By investing into companies, having partial ownership of those companies, and then those companies excelling. Those companies are hundreds of people. So I guess I'm just dropping a little gem on you guys right now, super early in the morning. But for anyone that's wondering, how do the wealthy get super wealthy? How does someone go from average to middle class to wealthy? Well, what you have to do is you have to surround yourself by successful traders. You ever hear that before? Successful people. So if I am just going outside and mowing someone's yard for $50 an hour, I'm never going to get rich. Or I could take that $50, buy shares of a company that has 100 people working within it, and as that company grows, my profits grow with it. So what if I invest into this company, and invest into this company, and invest in this company? This is not me now just working my one singular job. This is me now essentially working with hundreds of people across different companies, and as the companies have success, that company, that company, that company, all of those profits now are coming to me of the shares that I own. So if you are ever sitting there and saying, man, how do people afford Lamborghinis? How do people afford mansions? How do people afford these very nice cars? How do people afford to travel the world and get to go to all these different places? It's not them just working one single job saying, oh yeah, I'm a teacher, or hey, I'm a construction worker, or hey, I'm an accountant. That's not what they do. They take their money, invest it into many companies, those companies do well, and boom, now you're making money from every single direction. So I just want to kind of kick this off on how important this is out of this day, because I already know people who have made hundreds of thousands of dollars or have turned hundreds of thousands of dollars into millions of dollars because of NVDA. NVDA has been insane. NVDA has been absolutely nuts. NVDA is the play right now that all traders are focusing on at this moment. So let's go over everything here, team. Let's get everyone absolutely dialed in, absolutely fired up. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to Tradecaster. Happy Thursday to all of our beautiful members here. We are live over on YouTube and TikTok today as well. And if you guys are watching on YouTube and TikTok, please, again, smash that thumbs on up, double tap the screen, hit me with a follow, turn on notifications. I only ask if you guys are going to have a good time and make some money today that you guys hit that thumbs up or, again, like or share this video so that you guys are all set, ready to go. Now, let's talk about it, team. Let's go over from start to finish, making sure every single trader understands what is going on with this day, of course. And what we really have is, of course, breaking this whole entire thing on down here is we got to go over NVDA. Now, I send out this morning newsletter every single morning to anyone who wants it, so make sure you guys are receiving this morning newsletter. But what it kicks off here is a magnificent boost. The stock market is welcoming a jolt from NVDA on Thursday morning. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ are primed to pop after the company reported another strong quarter, sending its shares more than 10% higher in pre-market trading. Heading into Thursday, the tech-heavy NASDAQ was on a 3-day losing streak. Other potential catalysts for stocks on the day include weekly jobless claims and January existing home sales. Feeling chipper, NVDA beat Wall Street estimates for the fourth quarter, posting a 265% increase in a revenue of year over year on Wednesday. Strong demand for AI chips or servers, especially for the company's Hopper chips, fueled the revenue surge. CEO Jensen Huang also told analysts that the conditions are just absolutely perfect for growth on the next year and beyond. NVDA stock's price has soared nearly 200% in the last year as it has become the primary beneficiary of industry of the AI boom. Last but not least that we got to go over is slow your roll. The Federal Reserve policymaker suggested at their latest meeting on January that they don't want to move too fast or cut interest rates. Essentially, team, we are not going to be cutting interest rates anytime soon. The stock market is at record highs. People are spending money left over, right? It's hand over fist. People are going the complete opposite of what Jerome Powell wants. What does Jerome Powell want right now, raising rates so high? Hey guys, let's tone down our spending. Hey guys, let's tone down. Let's make things a little easier here. Are you kidding me? Record high, record high, record high. Stock market is still just going on up. We are not cutting interest rates anytime soon. So if you think that's coming, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Why would, again, Jerome Powell cut rates and make the markets go up even higher? Why would he cut rates and allow for more spending? Why would he cut rates and allow inflation to be able to move itself back on up when everyone is spending like there's already no tomorrow and we have over 7% rates right now? So the thing is, what it kind of comes down to at this time is that, we take a look over on the SPY. We're watching all of this at this time. It is just this market is still just going bullish, 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 bullish. It's not slowing down. We're seeing so much hype, so much potential, so much volume, so much momentum. We are just continuously seeing these next legs, next rips, and next runs. So when we take a look over on the SPY here, traders, we are going to be opening up at a brand new record high. We are at 503.89. And yes, guys, we have not been this high since the dinosaurs roamed the earth. It's been that long. We take a look over on the S&P 500 here, and what have we seen? We can see that the 52-week range is at 503.50. That is the 52-week high, 503.50. Guess where we're at right now? 503.89. So when we open on up, we are going to be opening up at record highs. This is going to be the highest the stock market has ever been. Traders, we obviously are going to have opportunity to be able to trading the S&P 500. We can also see right here that the S&P 500 does have a nice uptrend. Notice what we have. We have a very clear-cut, easy bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, Bounce play, bounce play. As long as this trend line holds on up, there's no concern. When the trend line cracks, I'm sure we'll see some sort of reversal. I'm sure we'll see some sort of drop. Remember, team, when we're always taking a look over on these trend lines here, what do you guys realize? When you have an uptrend, you stay bullish until you crack this trend line. When you have an uptrend like this, you stay bullish until you crack the trend line. You stay bullish until you crack the trend line. Right? These are things that we always want to be aware of. So when we're taking a look over on the SPY right here, team, notice what we have. We have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. We are keeping this all on high watch and high alert. As long as it stays above this, 503.60 mark, we could easily keep on pushing up towards new highs. Now, let's take a step back here, team. We got to take a step back because I got to talk about something here. Okay? Yesterday, I was leaning towards the bearish side. Now, just to kind of clear the air here yesterday, I was able to finish off my day with a $496 profit. Not too bad, not too shabby. Made almost $500 trading the stock market yesterday. Nothing bad about that in any sort of way. I'll always take a $500 gain. $500 is absolutely awesome and absolutely great. So, but I do want to lean out to the fact that I was leaning towards the bearish side. Now, a lot of traders saying, Dek, you were bearish on Nvidia. How did you end up in the green? There's a difference between leaning bearish and having a bearish game plan than me saying, okay, guys, everyone put your whole entire account into, again, a put, and if it doesn't work out, then everyone loses everything. That's not what we're doing. Yesterday, my game plan here, team, was I was taking a look over on NVDA. Okay, this was my game plan yesterday. I was taking a look over on NVDA, and I said, NVDA, I want to see this play crack its trend line. So I have to make this extremely big here, but this is what you guys can see. This is the very start of 2024. Okay, very start of 2024 here. And what can you guys realize about the very start of 2024? We get a bounce play and then a bounce play. And then we could keep moving on through and we could see that we keep riding right above this purple line. And we keep riding right above this purple line. And we're keep riding, just holding this purple line. And everything's being absolutely okay. And let me keep scrolling on forward. And now again, we keep going. And now we bounce off this line, bounce off this line, bounce off this line. And then we can keep going forward. And let's keep moving. And we're still riding this trend line. And then finally, 2 days ago, we broke the trend line. That means we are breaking this trend line for the first time in 2024, 2 days ago. So what did I say? I said, guys, I am nervous that we're cracking this trend line because I know how trend lines work. And I do know that if we crack a trend line, we could possibly see a little bit of a sell-off. We could see a possible drop. And that was my thought process. That was my idea. But with an earnings report coming on out, anything can happen. If an earnings report comes on out and the earnings report is good, guess what? We could go sky high. So was I leaning bearish yesterday? 100%. Was I leaning towards the fact that we are cracking this trend line for the first time and we could see a possible drop? 100%. But the earnings could change that in a blink of an eye. I think the problem is so many traders come up with a game plan and then they get addicted to their game plan. They get so emotionally invested into their game plan. Like right now, I'm telling you right now, there is thousands of people that are too emotionally invested into NVDA on the call side. They are on the call side. They're saying, Dek, I put everything on NVDA. All I'm doing is buying NVDA, NVDA, NVDA. And then you kind of get like this cult following. Remember when we had a cult following on Tesla? Remember when we had a cult following on AMC? Remember when we had a cult following on GameStop? You can love NVDA, but I will tell you at some point that I do not know, it will fall. At some point I do not know and I cannot predict, it will get a drop on down. So you can love it, and I want you to make as much money as you can. But when we start going on up, let's say on NVDA to 800, to 900, to 1,000, you have to realize at some point it will come on down. And that's where a lot of people end up getting caught. I hear so many stories. Have you guys ever heard the story of the Dogecoin millionaire? Go to YouTube today if you guys want a little story. Type in Dogecoin millionaire. The guy invested $10,000, I think it was. He was up over $3.5 million when Dogecoin was up near its tops, and he's still holding it right now. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine being up invest $10,000, being up $3.3 million? He didn't take any profits, and now he's back down to $10,000 as we speak. You could literally retire. You could buy mansion. You could buy your supercars, your dream cars. You could do whatever you want. You never have to work a day in your life again with $3 million. And you know what? Guess what? He just never took profits because you get too addicted to basically, I'm going to hold forever. I'm never going to sell. So I like NVDA, and I want you guys to be aware of that, but I do want traders to realize that at some point it will fall. And all I'm trying to do is figure out when could that reversal be. And yesterday, before the earnings, the chart pattern was saying that. But with an earnings report being so strong, we always have to just be aware that obviously the game plans change. So let's talk about how game plans have changed. And let's talk about what we could be doing next here. So what we have at this time, team, is let's go over my game plan today. I said I'm going to be brutally honest with everyone right here and right now. So what I have is yesterday, I posted a trend line of 2024 that has cracked and that made me bearish, which is 100% true. But as we all know, earnings came out and the earnings had record numbers. This led to Nvidia squeezing out shorts, going on a big squeeze, and are now seeing highs. Please understand that I am a day trader, not a long-term investor. If I'm bearish on that day, it's because I have reasons to be bearish on that day. Today, I see all the hype in the world. All eyes on SMCI, NVDA, and for that, I'm leaning towards the bullish side today. I do not let my bias opinion get the best towards me towards a stock. Each morning, I wake up, I evaluate the play, take a look at the chart, the trend, the news, the hype, the setup, and then from there, we go ahead and come up with a play. So now that the earnings are out, we can see that momentum has been very strong. I'll be trading live today, as we always do, looking for those dip buys, those pops, and those new record highs. Play the chart, not your emotions. NVDA opening up this morning at brand new record highs. The target in everyone's mind is that break of $800. By the chart pattern yesterday, I was bearish, but again, do not fight momentum. Do not drive on the wrong side of the highway. And what I mean by this, guys, is you don't want to, as we've already talked about, don't get addicted to your plan. If I see that momentum is on the upside, don't be driving against what everyone else is doing. If I go on Route 80 and I just go on the left side of the highway and I have all these cars coming at me, it's not going to end up very well. A lot of times with stock trading, if you go with momentum, you are going to be much more successful. So let's talk about the two plays that everyone talks about. Let's talk about the two plays that everyone likes. Let's talk about the two plays that everyone is head over heels in love with, and let's try to figure out a game plan with those plays. Sound good? So, what are the plays that everyone absolutely is head over heels in love with? Number one, it's NVDA, and number two, SMCI. Now, why are these plays crucial to us? Why are these plays important to us? What is the point? What are the points of these plays here? Well, NVDA is the leader of the AI hype, okay? The AI momentum. If you want to invest into anything artificial intelligence, you go over to NVDA. That's what it is. You want to invest in anything artificial intelligence related, you head on over towards NVDA. That's what you guys want to be trading. That's what you guys want to be focusing on. NVDA last night just came out with its earnings report. So if you guys were not here, it was absolutely bonkers. Last night, NVDA went from 673 and shot all the way up to 775. Yes, guys, we are having about a $100 gap up overnight over on NVDA. And the whole reason behind this, it says NVDA shares popped 14% in pre-market after the AI-fueled bumper earnings. So, AI shares jumped 14% in pre-market trading on Thursday after the chip giant broke records. NVDA posted revenues of $22 billion, a rise of 265%, while the net income surged 769%. These numbers are astronomical. These numbers don't even make any sense, to be honest, when we're talking about a blue chip play. Do you know what's even more wild here, team? What's even more wild is that NVDA at this time is now having a higher evaluation than Google. NVDA is in the top 3 most valuable companies at this moment, which is a little bit odd. I'm going to say a bearish statement at this moment, though, team. It's a little bit scary and it's a little bit odd because NVDA 2 years ago was in the top, 1,000, top, 5,000 of most, valuable companies. Take a look at what has happened in the last 2 years. You guys ready for this? NVDA, take a look at it. This is what the chart has looked like. Straight on up, which is amazing, but it's also a little scary. I'm going to tell you right now, it's amazing, but it's also a little bit scary that we are opening on up all the way back up to 750. NVDA has gone sky high. Now, we also do have NVDA's little brother, which is actually kind of like its big brother, is SMCI. SMCI, this is even a more crazy version, it seems like at this time. So what is SMCI if anyone does not know? SMCI is another AI related play where basically it will just follow whatever NVDA does. If NVDA has a green day, SMCI has a green day. If NVDA has a red day, SMCI has a red day. but it's a crazier version. If NVDA moves $20 on the day, SMCI will move about $60 on the day. So if you guys want to take a look at kind of the difference here, SMCI last night went from $700 and shot up to $862. So from last night, from the bottom to the top, we went on a $160 spike. That's what's nuts about SMCI. It's like the crazy wild version that you kind of like are kind of like, imagine, does anyone have a friend that they have a sibling? You go over their friend's house and you're like, okay, this kid's a little bit crazy. This kid's a little bit wild. This kid's a little bit nuts, right? So, I mean, like, you definitely, that's kind of like the crazy version. I used to have this one friend, you know, when we were little, I would go over his house and it was like his parents were like never there. They could just do whatever they wanted. His little brother would watch like Halloween, that movie with Michael Myers, and he would just run around with knives in his hand. And he was like 8 years old. And I was like, hey man, you know, I love hanging out with you, but maybe we can start hanging out at my house. You know, like that's basically, it's like, hey, you and your brother are similar in ways, but I just don't want to get stabbed by an 8-year-old. So the thing is, you know, SMCI is basically that crazier version. You can make a lot of money on this play or you can lose a lot of money. But if you are looking for something a little bit crazier, SMCI is the stock that, you know, is going to be a little bit more nuts. So SMCI, high watch and high alert on this day. Now, what else do we have here? We do have LRHC, a little bit of a penny stock rip and run, VERO. We're keeping our eyes peeled on MNPR. A lot of these plays traders, as you guys can already see, are just big pumps in the morning, dump right back down. EasyFL, pump on up, dump on down. MNPR, pump on up, starting to dump on down. Let's see, VERO, pump on up, dump on down. That's why I love shorting so much, because whatever gets pumped on up usually just comes crashing right back on down. But we are going to focus over on SMCI and NVDA today. So what do we want to be leaning towards? The long side or the short side? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, NVDA, I do see, and I think everyone can see this, a small downtrend kicking off our day. Let's connect this dot, go across the board. We have a small downtrend kicking off our day. I'm going to say, yes, the overall momentum is bullish. At this current moment, we are slightly bearish. At this current moment, we are slightly bearish. What would I like to see? SMCI, 875 target. 875 target, short opportunity at around 875 or run it up towards around that 875 mark. Traders, if you guys want to jump in on SMCI, it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be a wild one. There's going to be a lot of opportunity all over the place. And right now, SMCI is already kind of getting a little bit of this, you know, crazy action and crazy hype, you know, right off the rip. So team, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And to be honest with you, the market opens up here in just about a minute and a half. So we really got to get this party started. We got to make sure everyone is absolutely dialed in here. Let's switch out our scanners. Remember, if you guys are watching over on YouTube today, smash that thumbs on up and subscribe. If you guys are watching over on TikTok today, double tap that screen, and I appreciate you. Hit me with a follow so you never miss another live stream. We go live every Thursday, and then of course we are live every single day over on tradecaster.com. Tradecaster.com. We are live every single day, baby. Hey, let's get this day rocking and rolling here. We got SMCI and NVDA as our top two dogs. Top two dogs, SMCI, NVDA. This could easily get a little bit crazy right off the rip. So right off the rip right here, things can get a little bit wild. Things can get a little bit fast over on SMCI and NVDA. This is, again, real money trading, all set, ready to go. No positions at this time, but there is my position box. When I do get filled, I will definitely show you guys, as I always do. I do this all live in front of you every single morning, talking to you guys through exactly what I'm seeing and exactly what I'm focusing on. Starting on off, I'm just going to have, you know, be ready to go on SMCI, just 50 shares at a time. Be ready to rock and roll over on SMCI. I do think SMCI is going to try to spike straight up towards 875 or so. I hate buying stocks, though, at the very tippity top. I also do know NVDA, though, is going to hit some resistance at around that 857 mark. I just want to be ready on SMCI. I'm going to do an entry. If this just gets a very quick spike right off the rip, I am going to look for an entry at the 875-ish mark for, again, some possible shorting opportunities. So I just want to be ready on this. If I do ever get filled, if this thing spikes on up towards that like 875-ish mark, just so I'm all good, ready to go in case that does pop on up. We got up towards 868 because I'm a little bit nervous that NVDA is going to get a little bit of that rejection. So we did have SMCI right here. SMCI just ran on up towards 868. Can we possibly go a little bit higher than that? No entries for myself just yet, but I do know NVDA here. NVDA is still on a little bit of rejection. 99% of the time, SMCI is going to follow what NVDA does. Now, if NVDA starts breaking this downtrend, starts breaking the VWAP, starts moving itself on up, we could see SMCI all the way back on up above 900. So just be careful on this here for a moment. Let's actually go back to SMCI here just for the second, because I do know it did struggle a few weeks ago, or probably last week, where we did come up towards around this 875 mark. Let's go back to a larger time frame, and what was the kind of main struggle area? This old top. What's this old top right here? 885. So you can see we actually came on up to 885, had some trouble, fell back on down, and then we actually fell on down towards the price of 877. So we came on up towards 885, came back on down, broke on out, bounced off the price of 877. You can also see we did have some nice bounce plays right here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So this would kind of be like that great area to be able to get filled. Somewhere probably your cost basis right around 880. 880, we got 885 top, then we fall on down, we break on out. Here's a bounce play at 875, then we have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, and if we can move ourselves on up, probably that 880 mark would be a great top target. So that's kind of like I think it would be a great idea. Either go on calls or buy shares up towards 880, or look for, again, shorts when you do get up towards 880. But remember, the big part of it is going to be, what is NVDA going to do? NVDA at this moment, traders, remember, we can go back into that 3-minute time frame that I'm starting off my day in, and we can really realize and see, okay, hey, we're still on this downtrend. So overall, the momentum is bullish. Overall, the momentum is bullish. But at this current moment, with this downtrend, the momentum is currently bearish. Remember, I'm a day trader. I'm looking for every minute. I'm looking for every turn, every little crisp, every little notch that I can get myself involved in. That's what I want to be looking for. So I want to make sure that you guys are understanding what I'm looking for, understanding what I'm looking at. I don't want to do things random. I want to make sure that I have credibility. I want to trade with purpose. That's what it's all about to me. Guys, look how NVDA start to move on up. So we are going to be seeing SMCI start moving itself on up. SMCI traders starting to get a little bit of volume, starting to get a little bit of hype, starting to get a little bit of momentum right here. So we are getting some good attention. As you know, we are having NVDA at this time, starting to get a little bit of that pop on up. Now, NVDA trying to get a little bit of that momentum. See how we have this top right here, top right here, top right here. NVDA is looking for that little bit of a break. If NVDA does start breaking, SMCI is going to easily get all the way up towards around that 880-ish mark. So guys, here comes NVDA trying to squeeze on up here. And here's that, pop over on SMCI if anyone's riding this party on up. So the SMCI team, as I talked about, is the crazy version of NVDA. That's all it is. It's a very easy way to think about it. So NVDA right here, little rejection off that VWAP area, little rejection off that VWAP. Now every single high, little heads on up, every single new high on NVDA is a brand new record high. So if you guys take a look right now, and same exact thing with the SPY, right? The SPY, what did we hit? 504.14. So we do have a new record high, 504.14 on the SPY, and we do have a new record high over on NVDA as well. NVDA, what we have right here as a brand new record high, 760.70. So 760.70 brand new record high also over on this play. Man, that's exciting. SMCI team coming back on down, getting a little bit weaker right now. Little bit weaker, and why is it getting a little bit weaker right now? Is because NVDA is also getting a little bit weaker. So man, there are some things that we definitely want to be on top of. NVDA still getting weaker. SMCI is going on these huge, swings at this time. You can see we spiked all the way up towards that 873 mark. Now it's starting to come back on down a little bit, guys. I'm going to look to see if I can get a little bit of a move right here over on this play. Yeah, SMCI traders all the way back on down. 845 would be a great little entry. We also are seeing as the SPY starting to turn. SPY starting to get a little bit weaker. NVDA right here. NVDA still trying to fight and get back above this mark. You could see how this is kind of like our whole entire game plan right now is by watching NVDA. Our whole entire game plan is saying, okay, if NVDA can get back above the VWAP, this black line, this is at 758.30, that's strong resistance. If NVDA can get back above 756, that's going to be great for it. So there are some things that we are, obviously watching and waiting for. I'm going to put NVDA on the bottom right-hand corner, and I know you guys on TikTok can't see this, but it's going to be a little chart right on the bottom right-hand corner over on YouTube. You guys can go check me out on YouTube, and we can keep our eyes peeled on this over on NVDA to see if it's actually going to be able to hold on up. SMCI still fighting. We got up towards that 873 mark. If you grab some shorts around there, that's absolutely beautiful. That SPY Guys, SPY a little pullback right now. SPY a little bit of a pullback at this moment. NVDA still trying to fight and stay alive. And it's so hard to bring down NVDA, guys. It really is. You know, if you said, hey, Dek, close your eyes and go on a call or a put. Close your eyes and either buy shares or short shares. What do you have a better chance of success with? Be honest. Do I have a better chance of success buying shares, or do I have a better chance of success betting against these shares? 9 out of 10 times, you have a better chance of making money on the upside when it comes to NVDA and SMCI, because they're very hard to give up. They have such a strong following, they have such a strong base that any time that the stock does fall, it usually gets just dip buys right back on up. Am I right? Every time that SMCI falls on down, it usually gets lifted right back on up. Anytime NVDA kind of starts getting a little bit of a pullback, it usually gets lifted right on up. So it is tough. I'm gonna be honest. It's tough to do puts on NVDA and SMCI. It's tough to go against the grain on NVDA and SMCI. So when I'm taking a look at these plays here, traders, I am saying to myself, man, NVDA right now, guys, I'm not going against that. I'm not doing any shorts right now. Dek, why are you not doing any shorts? Because NVDA at this moment is above this downtrend. It is above, of course, that VWAP, and we could be popping on up towards new highs. So SMCI and this play here, team, both have potential to start ripping on up towards these next levels, towards these new highs, but NVDA needs to get above and stay above the VWAP. Now, if you guys do not know, the VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. It is this black little squiggly line. Now, I'm gonna make your life very easy right here. This black little squiggly line is the most popular indicator in stock trading. Nearly every single trader uses this black little squiggly line, the VWAP. And what it does, it's going to tell us at this current moment, are we currently more bullish or bearish on this current moment? And it gives us investor sentiment. Are we more bullish or bearish? And the reason how we can get that is by just looking right here. Are we above this black line? Or are we underneath the black line? So now when we're above the black line, there's going to be more buyers. There's going to be more positivity. There's going to be a better chance that we spike on up towards new highs. When we're underneath the black line, that shows weakness. That shows that we can't, get the hype. That shows that, sellers are in control. So basically, if you're above the black line, you do have better chance of going on the call side or the buy side. When you're underneath the black line, you have a better chance of doing a put or a short. So, right now we're basically stagnant at the black line, trying to pop above it, trying to get that next leg, trying to move ourselves back to bullish territory. And that's why, again, NVDA is looking for that push. NVDA is looking for that little leg on up. So that's kind of like the big thing that we're at right now, kind of focusing on, is this going to be able to hold on up? Are we going to be able to squeeze and be able to, continuously hold this black line right here, which is at the price of 754, 87. So, that's kind of the trouble at this time. I know Gator Trader, guys, over in chat. Gator Trader, shout out to him. I want to give a quick little shout out. He just had his biggest profit of 2024. So Gator, what'd you lock in, if I could ask? So again, Gator, I know he swung NVDA call contracts last night. So he had it, regardless what he made, he had his biggest trade of 2024 last night. And I just want to say shout out to you, man. That is absolutely unbelievable. So pumped, so happy to see again, people come out on top here and, just crush it. That's what it's all about. Being prepared. And that's the beautiful thing about being over here on tradecaster.com. Not only can you guys watch my live stream, you can watch Cushes, you can watch Policing Pips, you can watch F1 Team Boss, you guys can watch Caesar, you guys can watch AK-47. I mean, what Tradecaster is turning into, the Twitch of stock trading, all these people live streaming, and you guys can watch everyone. I mean, you're surrounding yourself with success, right? Oh, Gator Trader, let's go, baby. So Gator Trader, guys, can we get some thumbs up and can we get some love over on Gator Trader? Gator Trader just locked out $13,000 at the start of the day today, baby. Let's go, Gator Trader. I'm gonna, again, give you some love over here. But Gator Trader, shout out to you, locked out $13,000, to kick things on off and enjoy it. That's all I can say. Enjoy it, buddy. Enjoy those gains. We do have NVDA trying to squeeze a little bit here, team. NVDA going for the squeeze. NVDA going on a nice rip. SMCI also trying to build on up. SMCI going for, looking to build on up here. So we got NVDA starting to squeeze and SMCI also trying to build at this time and trying to get that next leg. With this hype, with this momentum, with this action, traders, I am going to jump in on my first SMCI trade of the day. Only 50 shares here. And I just want to see, can we be able to hold this gain and keep on going? I'm only going to do 50 shares because I don't want to get myself in any sort of trouble. But I want to see SMCI, I'm at the price of $863.99. If NVDA can hold up its gains and keep on going. This should be able to pay out very nicely. I'm not going to let this get away from me, though, and turn into any sort of big unnecessary loss. So I am seeing NVDA, guys, getting a pullback. I'm not even going to hold and hope. I'm not going to hold and hope. If I'm seeing NVDA get a little bit of a pullback, the last thing I'm going to do is say, okay, let's give it a few more seconds. Let's see if this holds on up. I'm only going with momentum. I'm going to keep my losses very tight. Now, if anyone does not know, I trade with about $120,000 in my account. So anything that's underneath $1,000 is a very, very, very tiny loss. Okay, so just a little heads on up. So I know if you are only trading with $1,000, a $200 loss is very big. But again, me trading with $100,000, you got to understand the kind of perspective about it. It would be like if you had a $1,000 account and you lost, 20 cents. If you lost $2, right? So, that's kind of the difference. Right now, I am watching to see, are we going to be able to hold on up? What is NVDA going to be doing here? Are we going to get that next leg? It's already starting off extremely hot on this day. I want to get involved. I want to make a lot of money here. I want to make some big time profits. At the same time, it has been a little choppy here. We got straight up, straight on down, straight up, straight on down. And now again, SMCI is starting to turn a little bit. So I am happy I'm not, on this momentum. I'm happy I got out of my play. Imagine if I kept on holding, guys. Imagine if I kept holding onto my play right now. Imagine if I kept on holding to my stock right now. Guess what? I'd be down, almost $800, maybe $1,000. So you got to be careful. SMCI is a crazy one. I went on the long side there too. Market, what is the market doing? S&P 500. S&P 500's had a drop, starting to move itself on up. We definitely had a fair share of a lot of hype, a lot of rip, a lot of run. Hustle Bryant, thank you for the roses over on TikTok. I appreciate you, buddy. They smell delicious. They smell absolutely fantastic. Shout out to everyone here. Right now, traders, we are watching and waiting. I'm still watching SMCI here to see if SMCI is going to try to squeeze and get that next leg. I would like to try to get, a good chunk of change over on SMCI for that next, big time spike. If again, NVDA right now setting itself on up, we do know that usually at around 10 o'clock Eastern time, in about 18 or 17 minutes from now, we usually do get a lot of hype. We usually do get a lot of momentum. We usually do get a lot of action. Taking a look over on this chart right now, I just want to see, can we kind of connect some dots over on NVDA? Connecting some dots on some NVDA. Let's go to this low right here. Let's go to this low right here. You can see NVDA is getting that potential turn. If that starts cracking that trend line, we could be seeing a little bit of a drop coming up in the near future. As again, a day trading perspective. Day trading perspective, we could be seeing a little bit of this drop in the future. I'm actually going to, if I do start seeing a little bit of a red candle right here, which it is starting to look like, I am going to jump back in on SMCI shorts to try to bring it down to 842. But I want to see, is it going to hold underneath this trend line? Let's see here. Staying alert and staying ready. Keeping everything nice and tight, keeping everything nice and small right now. Don't want to put myself in any sort of bad position that's only going to hurt me. Right now, you can see I have a small little uptrend, and we are having NVDA fight this uptrend. So we're having NVDA fight this uptrend. I want to see if this uptrend is going to be able to hold, or if this uptrend is going to start cracking and we're going to start falling back down towards like NVDA 750. 750, obviously things are going to start showing a little bit of weakness. SMCI up on the top, NVDA right here at the bottom. One small, super little, tiny trade so far. Not putting myself in any sort of bad trouble right now, and just watching to see, is this going to hold on up? I'm going to adjust these trend lines here slightly. So I'm going to actually adjust this trend line here, make this trend line a little bit more easier to follow. There we go, connect the two bottoms, and now we have a very clear-cut, easy play. So we have a nice, easy trend line right here. This is the current trend line over on NVDA, and we know SMCI, which is right above it, is just going to basically keep moving up as long as NVDA keeps moving on up. As long as NVDA keeps moving on up, SMCI is going to keep on trying to move on up as well. So we do have both these plays trying to move on up, do their thing. We have a nice clear-cut uptrend. I love it. We got a perfect game plan right now. Perfect game plan over on SMCI. It's going to keep moving on up as long as NVDA keeps moving on up. When would NVDA keep moving on up? As long as we keep holding this uptrend. This uptrend is still good to go. We have the candles that are still holding strong. We can even kind of move in a little bit more to get even a better view, and SMCI is trying to squeeze. Right now, guys, it is all calls at this moment, okay? All buys, all calls. Everyone should be on that, on the upside. Do not be going against the grain at this moment. Okay, so nobody, absolutely nobody go against the grain at this moment. Make sense? Not until you get an overextended move. So I am not alerting any shorts right now. It should be everyone on the call side. Everyone should be on the buy side. Everyone should be leaning towards getting involved on this play, at least for this moment. And you guys can see how SMCI is still squeezing. Beautiful uptrend. We're still good to go. Now, I do know we have a lot of strong resistance at around that 880-ish mark over on SMCI. But let's be honest, that's not going to really play any sort of factor as long as NVDA is still holding its uptrend. If NVDA, let's go over to NVDA here. If NVDA is still pushing on up and NVDA is running up towards new highs, it's not going to have any sort of an effect over on SMCI most likely. Most likely, SMCI is going to keep on pushing and keep on running here as long as NVDA keeps, doing what it's doing. So NVDA here, team. Getting a little bit of that nice pop, nice move. And the big thing is, these are brand new record highs. So if you're saying, Deck, how much higher can NVDA go up to? Sky's the limit. There is no old chart history pattern. The only thing there is right now is natural resistance lines. Basically lines where you can say to yourself, okay, hey, I've seen this, have trouble here before. I've seen this have trouble here before. I've seen us have trouble at, this area on other plays. So let me ask you guys, what would be the next natural resistance lines? Natural resistance are either going to be at this price range every $100, every $50, or every $25. So the next troubling area NVDA is going to run into is most likely going to be 775 or somewhere right next to 800. Those are going to be the next troubling areas that NVDA is going to run into. Either again, 775 or probably up near around that 800 area. Okay? So those are the two next areas that we could start seeing a little bit of reversing, that we could start seeing a little bit of trouble. Now, obviously, NVDA doesn't mean it's just going to go straight up. We could definitely have red candles and little pullbacks. But what is nice, you can see on NVDA is we still have this beautiful uptrend. Beautiful uptrend over on this play. And that's one of the most important things, guys, as I'm trading, as I'm teaching, as I'm, doing commentary. I want to make sure no matter what your level is of education, you can understand this. Obviously, experienced traders can have a fluent idea of exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I'm looking at, the exact idea and saying, all right, hey, yeah, this makes sense. But obviously, if you're a brand new trader, even though that sometimes it might be a little quick and a little overwhelming, I would rather have you guys overwhelmed than not learning anything. Overwhelmed means your mind is taking in so much information, it's trying to gather and trying to understand so much information. I would rather do that to you guys rather than not give you any information whatsoever. So again, we're jumping right into the mix, guys. You guys are jumping right into the water here. And as you guys can see, NVDA coming on up 773. 775 is going to be the next potential resistance line over on these plays. I think the next potential resistance line over on SMCI is going to be somewhere up in the 890s, like 894, 895, because NVDA is going extremely hard right now, team. I'm going to say next resistance line, lock in profits, or if you want to give it a chance on SMCI. If you want to give it a chance, somewhere in the 890s is probably the next bet. NVDA is probably going to have a pullback at around 875. What did we just have NVDA have? NVDA, the high that we just had was 874.44. 874.44 we just had. 874.44 we just had. So that was right next to 875. Now, traders, am I making things on up? You guys can all see right here. I said as we come up to 875, that's going to be the next strong resistance line. And guess what? That's where we have our first red candle. Let's see if we're going to be able to break through this 875 mark. And if we can, 775 mark. And if we can, we probably are going to have room to run up towards like 790. So it comes on down to, can we get above? Can we get above that 775 mark and hold above 775? It's trying. Here we come on up, still spiking. NVDA still doing its thing. Remember, calls are still in control right now. Yes, I love shorting. I do. But the thing is, calls are in clear-cut control at this moment. So I still think we could get, guys, look at this. Right at the tippity top. High of the day, 775. And guess what? First little red candle right now. What did I say? Watch for natural resistance. As we come up towards these tops, natural resistance is going to be the next areas. So natural resistance, next areas, SMCI having a little bit of trouble here as we are again sitting right next to these natural resistance lines. SMCI traders, if you can get an entry maybe in that, SMCI here, entries back above that 880 area, that could be very solid. It is starting to get a little bit of that pullback. I don't want to dump in too hard just yet because I do want to be involved on this play. We got NVDA still holding its uptrend, looking for that possible next leg. Come on, get that little pop back on up there. And let's see if NVDA can kind of get that next leg above that 70-75 area. So we got, still SMCI trying to stay alive. We got Nvidia on the bottom level too. 775, come on, we're very close to kind of getting that pop, guys. Almost a new high of the day. You can see it right here, 774, 774.90. We're still sitting right at those areas, looking for that 775 break. Little bit of a pop right above 775 there for a second. Little bit of a pop right above 775. It needs to hold 775, and then we can start getting a little bit more momentum. Guys, look at this. Starting to get next leg. Look at SMCI as well. So we got two stocks, man. This is gorgeous. These two plays are running together right now. These two plays were to pop in 775 right now. I love that. Let's see if this thing is going to keep getting some more momentum. Calls right here, team. Calls and buys right here. I want people making money. I want people making profit. I want you guys crushing it. I want you guys enjoying it. So right now, Dek, where do you think SMCI can get up to? I think SMCI can go all the way up to 900 plus at this moment. NVDA, where would you like to see this one go up to? I would like to see this one up towards like 781, 782. So I would love to see NVDA keep on pushing right here. SMCI keep on pushing. I would get nervous if I start seeing a little bit of upper shadows here and there. It's always a little nerve-wracking getting these upper shadows. But right now, it is still fully bulls right now. Still fully bulls. We do have a clear-cut uptrend, right? You can even scroll back a little bit and we can clearly see here's a bounce, here's a bounce, here's a bounce. We do have our clear-cut uptrend areas that do make sense for us. But right now we're still holding, again, a little drop back underneath 775. We got a little upper shadow bouncing right around that 775-ish mark. I would definitely take some sort of gains if you guys are up in the profits right now. We're still building clear-cut higher lows though. So calls are still good, still building clear-cut higher lows at this moment. Little bit of a pullback though. Little bit of a pullback. That's the strongest candle we've had so far. SMCI also having a little bit of a pullback. I don't want to, things could start getting a little bit in trouble here. If SMCI does drop, watch for one of those low wicks to just spike right back up towards 877. Guys, we are seeing NVDA right now, team, starting to get a little bit weaker. Guys, if NVDA does start cracking that trend line, here's the trend line that we need to hold. Just a little heads on up. We've had a bounce play here, a bounce play here, and a bounce play here. You do not want to go underneath that. That's going to be giving back too much too quickly. So just a little bit of reminder. I'm trying to make sure everyone can clearly see this. You guys can see bounce play. You guys can see bounce play. And you guys can see what we need right here is a bounce play to be able to hold its gains. If it starts going underneath this area, things could start turning and start dropping all the way back down towards like, that 850 mark, which is going to be a little bit scary. So please be careful if you guys are, and if you guys are interested in shorts, your short might be coming on up if you can't hold this trend line. If we can't hold this trend line, the short could easily be coming on up here soon. So again, explaining it all, making sure every single trader makes sure they understand which way has momentum. Right now, it looks like bears are trying to get their shift. It looks like bears are trying to get their momentum. It looks like bears are trying to grab a little bit of action here. And if we do start getting another candle underneath, that looks like that's the first little clear-cut crack right here. Traders, I am going to jump in right now over on SMCI and see if SMCI is going to have a pullback. So I am in right now on SMCI with 100 shares at 867. I want to see if this is going to get a little bit of a pullback because we are cracking the trend line for the first time. So I am in right now over on SMCI at the price of 867, looking for this to crack on down towards that VWAP area and start getting a little bit of a dump and start fading and falling. Obviously, I am watching NVDA. NVDA is telling me, okay, Dek, should you continue to hold on to this play? Why would I continue to hold on to this play? If, of course, NVDA keeps cracking this trend. My whole entire trade here is that we've been holding throughout this day. Bounce play here, bounce play here, bounce play here. Dek, what are you looking for? I'm looking for now, since we're cracking, I'm looking for a little bit more weakness. I'm looking for a little bit more of a fade. I'm looking for that crack on down towards like 860. So I'm really looking at NVDA at this moment and asking myself, okay, we just had a beautiful spike. We just ran up to 875. We're cracking the trend line for the first time. Let's see if this is going to get weak. Now, as long as it stays underneath this gray line, technically, I'm still good to go. As long as it stays underneath this green line, I'm good to go. If it goes back above that gray line, there is no reason, and you should never hold if it goes back to bullishness. Okay, does that make sense? Back to bullishness, you're going to be finding yourself in some trouble. So you do not want to do that if that is the case. So right now, I am watching to see if NVDA can crack and NVDA can fall. And as NVDA cracks and falls, I'm looking for SMCI ultimately to crack and fall and keep getting weaker as well. So that's the idea. That's what I'm looking for here. And guys, you guys can see NVDA and SMCI falling very good. I did just make back my $200 loss. Ooh, again, a little bit of a bounce here. Small bounce. I need this thing to fall apart a little bit more. I want SMCI all the way back down towards the VWAP if we can get it. I want to see SMCI get weaker. But if you're asking me, Dek, how are you doing this right now? It's all just from looking at this trend line. seeing this trend line and saying, okay, we just hit 875, looking for this little bit of a pullback, and I do want this. I don't like the lower shadow it's starting to form. I don't like lower shadows because just like upper shadows, you have an upper shadow, it falls. A lower shadow, the next candle usually goes green. So I do just want to be careful on that, but there's so much room to be able to drop back down towards this VWAP area. NVDA right here, again, we want to see that crack back on down towards that VWAP if we can get it. SMCI right here, team, still just sitting basically right at my entry. Come on, we're just going to give it a little bit of time. I don't mind holding shares. Shares are fine. You don't have any time decay. When you have shares, you don't really have to worry about any sort of, a time decay or a theta or any of those gammas or anything along those areas. We don't got to worry about that. But I am looking to, get myself back into the green, get myself back into the profit, and go from there. But really, all I'm doing at this time is waiting and watching, and as long as we stay bearish, I know that I'm still good to go. As long as we stay bearish, I know that I'm still good to go. And again, congratulations to everyone that just made money over on the top side. Congratulations everyone who just made money on the top side. Congratulations to everyone who made money on that nice spike and that nice rip and that nice run right here. Dek, can we see anything else? I mean, I see right now that Nvidia is still weak. I am connecting some of these dots though over on SMCI. That's probably the current trend line on, just connecting this bounce play. So I'm just seeing this bounce play right here, and that is the current trend line that I'm seeing. So if you're saying, all right, Dek, well, what do we have here? I'm going to say this is the current trend line that I see at this moment that is trying to hold this play on up. So that's the current trend line that I basically need to crack. If NVDA can start getting weaker, I know I'm going to be good and in the green here, but I'm just, letting my play trying to develop. Let my play be able to, set itself on up. A little side note, in 3 minutes, we do have 10 o'clock news. 3 minutes, we could easily see momentum shift to one side or another. So 3 minutes at 10 o'clock, we usually see some very quick news. We usually see some very quick action. Moving that still right here so everyone can kind of see it. I'm trying to I'm just trying to find a happy medium spot for the profit box because I don't want my head to block it. And I want you guys to still be able to see it. So I'm in at 867, down 500 right now. And I'm looking for that nice crack here. I could add a little bit more if I want to, but I just don't want to at this moment. We got about 2.5 minutes until 10 o'clock. What's the market doing right now? SPY is starting to build on up here slightly. SPY is starting to build on up here slightly. Also, SMCI, I don't want this loss to get carried away in any sort of way. Dek, what's holding up right here? We do have this uptrend. So we have this uptrend that is still trying to hold itself on up. As long, Dek, what's your stop loss? Probably 883. If I start seeing, we break that red line, that's where I'm going to have to get out. So if anyone's asking, Dek, where would you get out of your position? Me getting out of my position would be if we ever start getting back above that red line. Back above that red line, that's where I'm out because I don't want to get squeezed out to the next leg. Does that make sense, everyone? So I'm really banking that 10 o'clock we could see that reversal though. I want to see that nice crack all the way down towards that VWAP. I'm in at 867. Once again, we start getting these nice drops and fades. It's going to be beautiful. Basically, if you don't understand what's happening with my profit box, or if you guys don't understand how I'm making or losing money, I am betting against the stock. When SMCI falls, I go in the green. Every dollar that SMCI falls is a $100. So if it goes from 867 down to 866, I make $100. 867 down to 857, I make $1,000. Same exact thing with the opposite side though as well. So, right now traders, I am in right on the purple line, looking for the purple line to crack for me to be able to, get my profit. Now, we only got about a minute here, and in a minute, we're definitely going to see some sort of volatility, okay? So in a minute, we're going to see some volatility. In a minute, we're going to see some sort of action. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set. And nope, you don't have to sell your NVDA at this moment. NVDA team, you still have a small uptrend as well. So you don't need to, again, be selling your NVDA shares. If you are in on NVDA on calls or puts, you do not have to sell them until 766. Now that's me telling you this. I am betting against right now, and I'm telling you, you don't need to, I don't want to persuade you on what I'm doing. That's not the right way to be a mentor. I'm telling you right now, as long as NVDA holds this uptrend, you can keep holding your shares. Keep holding your call positions. Make sense? And that's probably when I'll jump in on puts if we don't crack in the next 10 seconds. If we don't crack in the next 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I am going to get out and I'll wait until we crack this mark for me to get my next entry. Okay? So SMCI, guys, we're about to hit 10 o'clock right now, and this is usually where we see strong volatility. So SMCI, let's watch to see. It's 10 o'clock right now. Let's just see if we get some strong volatility towards the upside or the downside. I want to see either that big red candle, and if that big green candle happens to come, then I obviously have to get out and move on. Right now, I'm currently down about 1,000, which isn't too bad. Still holding its gains, though. I don't want to get held up in a wedge. Yeah, right now, it's still holding on up too well. I might just get out, cut out, and say, hey, Dek, wait for the wedge to crack and then jump in. Don't be holding inside of a wedge where you can possibly get squeezed. So I'm just waiting right here. I want to see if NVDA is going to drop a little bit. Right now, it's still holding, though, too well. Seems like it's holding too well. Not a good idea for me to just keep on holding and hoping. I'm kind of leaning towards that opportunity, that area right now. Yep, I'm going to get out here, team. I'm going to accept my loss, move on from it. Dek, why are you going to accept your loss and move on from it? Because it's not getting the crack that I want. Dek, where would the crack be that you want? You have the beautiful uptrend right here, right? You can see we have a beautiful uptrend right here, and you guys can see right here, NVDA, we have a beautiful uptrend right here. Don't go against the grain. Remember, don't drive on the wrong side of the highway. If I realize I took a wrong exit, let me again do a U-turn and let me get on the right road. So the thing is, except if you are on the wrong side, don't have emotions take over. Right now, calls are still in control. Right now, buyers are still in control. Right now, we are still holding our gains. We still have this nice uptrend. I'm not going to fight that. And I'm not going to have you guys fight that. I'm not going to say, all right, guys, I'm shorting, so everybody's short. And I'm saying, we still have an uptrend. Nope. Calls have it. Got to understand that. Got to give them a respect. Got to say, hey, buyers are still in control. Keep my losses as tight as possible. No reason for me to blow up an account by having an ego. That's the worst thing we do. So the thing is, guys, I'm proud to be able to do that in front of you and show you that if you are wrong, you cut it out, you move on so you can make money in the future. So right now, team, moving on from that play because it's not doing what I want. That's it, guys. Tell you, it's like being in a relationship. If you are not happy in a relationship, you cut them out, you move on. That's all it is. You guys have probably been in multiple relationships in your life. Why did you break up with the last person you were with? Because you weren't happy with them. Boom. That's all it is. NVDA. NVDA, if you are in a relationship with NVDA and you're not happy, you're not, again, seeing the results that you want to see, you cut it out, you move on. That's all it is. So we still have these plays. We got NVDA still trying to hold on up. But what I love is that we do have this uptrend that's going to give us the answers. Z-Trade saying that's why I got broke up with. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Sorry for bringing up any sort of, hey, you're a great person. You're a great guy. Hey, now you got a little fuel. Now you go hit the gym. Now you go ahead and start investing. Now you say, you missed out, baby. You missed out on this, baby. That's what you say. SMCI, we're still watching this play, team. And NVDA starting to get a little bit of a drop back on down. NVDA team, guys, NVDA, be ready. If this thing does start turning quickly, we know that SMCI can start turning. We know NVDA can start turning. So if this play does start dropping here quickly, I am going to jump back in. We know that we have bounce here, and nope, still bouncing a little bit. But if that thing starts cracking, please be ready. If that thing ever starts cracking right now, I'm just making your life as simple as possible. You can hold on your calls as long as NVDA holds this purple line. When NVDA cracks this purple line, get out of your calls. You can look for puts, okay? If you ever go underneath this purple line, then go back above it. Go back on calls, get out of your puts. It's very straightforward and very simple here, okay? So right now, team, we are still watching. We're still in on this. I'm not in on anything right now. I have my loss from earlier, and that's it. So I'm not in on anything at this moment. But I am, getting ready to go in case this play does start getting weaker. If all of a sudden we start, fading and falling and start dropping, I am going to, be ready to rock on this play if all of a sudden we start cracking this. So I'm just getting ready, team, because if this thing starts cracking, if this thing starts going, you better believe I'm going to be ready to go. But if all of a sudden we start getting some sort of big green candle, then nope, not happening here. So guys, be ready for it. NVDA calls and puts right now are going to be kind of battling here for this moment. Calls and puts. Nope, still holding calls right now. You guys can see exactly where we're at. It's still green. You guys can still see it's still green, still holding. So notice this trend line is the clear-cut trend line though. There's like no discussion about it. As long as this trend line keeps on holding, you guys are still good to hold. So as long as the trend line keeps on holding, you guys are good to keep on holding. Just be ready to, always get out of a position or get ready to jump in on a position. I always like just having orders ready. And now, NVDA still holding up strong. Let's see. And this is why we love trend lines. SMCI still trying to build on up. SMCI, that still has its trend line as well. So we got two beautiful trend lines. Basically, right now, this is all call territory. I'm just going to even type this on out if you guys are a visual learner. Visual learner. Right here is bullishness, okay? So anything above this line right here is bullishness. Anything underneath this line is where we will have a pullback, probably back down to the VWAP, which is going to be bearishness, all right? So bears are here, bulls are up there. Other than that, you don't need to put yourself in on anything whatsoever. Very simple, very easy. Play the chart, don't play your emotions. Take a look, guys. NVDA moving itself back on up. NVDA moving itself back on up. And if NVDA starts breaking out of that, 775 mark once again, guys, NVDA might try to squeeze here back up towards around some highs. NVDA might try to squeeze here back on up towards some highs pretty soon. Right now, this is all calls. And if you guys want to, jump in on some calls, jump in on some shares. It's all bullish right now. All bullish at this moment. All bullish, all good. Keep on climbing here. All bullish, all good. Things are still keeping on climbing. Things are still moving on up. We had a little bit of a fake out there for a second where we thought it was going to maybe get that little bit of a crack, but nope. Still not, it's still not slowing down. Everyone is good to go on call still. Do not short. And again, I'm a huge shorter. I'm a huge shorting fanatic. And if I'm telling you do not short, there's a reason behind it. Okay, so do not short right now. If you guys are in on NVDA or again SMCI, there is no reason to do that. We're still 100% bullish. We're still moving ourselves on up. Not until this purple line cracks do you guys jumping on puts. Okay, not until that purple line cracks does anyone here jumping on a put. SMCI, guys, SMCI trying to build on up as well. So look at that, bullish bearishness right here. We can see the same exact thing over on NVDA. NVDA, it's the same exact pattern. Big brother, little brother. Here is again, bullishness. Everyone, if you guys are in on these plays, you guys stay on the call side. Listen to me, I love you. There's no reason for me to steer you wrong. So we have our bull, we have our bear. Put this in the red right here. Go on up. Put this right here in the blue. Bada boom, bada bing. And I love it. I love what we got. I love what we're seeing. I love the opportunity. Right there. Bullish bearishness. So this is the way that I personally like to trade. I like to trade, guys, with simple chart setups. I like to trade with simple ideas. I like to trade with simple, thoughts. Which is what? I don't need to overcomplicate things, team. I can make things complicated if you guys want me to. If you guys really want me to, I can sit here and I can say, hey guys, let's watch NVDA. NVDA is getting a couple wicks right here. We are watching the VWAP and we do have the MACD starting to cross on over. We also need to understand that we have a 72 on the RSI with the revenues that came on in with a 263% growth. There is good outlook, but the current valuation of this play is still looking a little bit more bearish. So it's like we have to be careful on everything that we're saying. But notice, if I wanted to just make things simple, above this line, bullish. Underneath this line, bearish. No shorts. That is the simple words of the day right now. No shorts. So here, team, NVDA still going on up. Beautiful. Now, the only issue is SMCI is not following as hard right now. SMCI is not following as hard at this moment. But SMCI might get a nice squeeze coming on up. Possible nice squeeze in the next few moments over on SMCI. Been a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful opportunities here. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. Oh, baby. Shout out to everyone here. What about Tesla? I mean, right now, Tesla, no one really cares about Tesla at this moment. You know, Tesla is just all the way down in the dumps, all the way down towards 190. You know, hey, if you're a long-term investor, right now could be in a great time for Tesla. If you're a long-term investor, it's a great time for Tesla. If you're a long-term investor. So right now, NVDA team, here comes the NVDA, little pop and squeeze, the U-shaped pattern. And remember, keep playing this trend line. That's all you guys have to do all day. Above the purple line, bullish. Underneath the purple line, bearish. That's all it is, guys. You don't got to overcomplicate it. Some people get so close, start switching on over to super tight, like micro candles, looking at this move and this. You don't have to. Nice and easy. Above the line, bullish. Underneath the line, bearish. So let's just keep this party going here, team. And everyone can stay green. A little bit of reversal at this moment. There's a little bit of reversal at this time. Little bit of reversal at this moment here. But we're still holding. Remember, team, we got that little bit of that little bounce right here. But we are still holding at this time. I do want to post this photo here. Let's just go with NVDA, SMCI. Holding their trend lines. As long as the trend line holds, you keep holding long. Once the trend cracks, look for quick shorts. And that's all it is. That's all it is, guys. And I close my eyes. A moment of it. We're just looking to have ourselves a day. We're just looking to have ourselves a day. That's all, baby. So fired up to be here with each and every single one of you guys. So again, jacked on up on this day. Team, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be absolutely great. I do want to give everyone a little heads up, though. I will not be live streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, I'm actually heading down to Florida. I'm actually heading down there tonight. So we will have all of our live streamers up and ready to go. Everyone over on Tradecaster, you guys obviously can be able to watch Kush or Policing Pips or Yeah Buddy or Caesar or AK or again Chandler Trades or Prop Trades or Mo Trades or Quick Start Trading. You guys can watch all these guys over on Tradecaster. I will not be here tomorrow on this Friday. I will be back again on Monday, ready to get after it with you guys. So just a little heads up, guys. I will not be here tomorrow, but I will be here Monday. Just flying down to Florida on tonight. Right now, guys, you guys tell me, longs or shorts right now? Tell me right now, should you be on the long side? Should you be on the short side right now? Dek, it's still bullish. Still bullish. So there is no reason. Let's take a look over on SMCI. SMCI is getting to a little bit of like a weird point here because it's right next to the trend line, and usually right at trend lines is where we either see the squeeze on up towards new highs or we do see a little bit of that pullback. So just be careful. SMCI is fighting right now. Fighting is usually where you see a strong move towards the upside or towards the downside. So, the trend lines are usually strong move areas. Quick pop, quick dump. We'll see what happens. Also, NVDA right here, team. NVDA, this play at this time. Taking a look at it, we are still clearly bullish. So right now, you really don't have any concerns. I mean, yes, SMCI is starting to fall, but SMCI is not the leader. NVDA is the leader. So right now, if anyone's shorting SMCI, I want you to know it's still bullish, and it's still pretty bullish because NVDA is still having these good green candles. So there's no issues whatsoever. Nope, guys, see, SMCI still going on up. No one needs to be, again, fearful. You guys are still good. You guys are absolutely A-okay. You guys are absolutely good to go. SMCI still, again, moving itself on up. Probably coming up towards a new high here in a moment. As take a look, guys, NVDA still clearly bullish. I love it. This is what is so great about trend lines. This is what's so great about trend lines is trend lines just make your life simple. They just make your life so easy. They just tell you exactly what you need to know. Hey, as long as NVDA holds above that purple line, let me keep holding on to my calls. Boom. How easy is that, guys? How great is that? So really the trick to stock trading, for anyone who does not know, The trick to stock trading is about trying to find the trend as quickly as possible. That's what the trick is of stock trading. Can I find the trend, this purple line, as early as possible? So for instance, if you found this trend at the price of 760, look how much money you have to make. If you found this trend at the price of 770, you have less money to make. But if you can find a nice little higher low early, that higher low has the chance to develop into a much better opportunity. That higher low has a chance to develop into a much better play, right? So that is, extremely important for every single person to be able to gauge and understand. It's all about finding these channels and finding these setups. But right now, team, there's no shorts. And I'm just going to keep stating that over and over and over again. And trust me, when that time comes that the purple line cracks, I will completely reverse and say, hey, everyone's short. But I'm not going to put you in bad positions. I refuse to. I'm not going to alert here, jumping on shorts. There's no reason to yet. And guess what? NVDA is still going up higher. Every single trader, be on the call side. It's as simple and as easy as that. Be on the call side if you want to win right now. That's it. But we do know when that purple line eventually falls down, that's going to be the easy put contract, and that's where you guys should lock in profits. What do we got on Meta? Meta? Guys, I made a bold claim earlier, didn't I? I personally, someone can clip this if they want to. I personally think Meta is going to be the #1 stock this year. I do. I think Meta is going to be the #1 stock return on investment in 2024. Meta has been absolutely insane, and since AI has taken over, no one talks about Meta. Guys, let's take a look over on like NVDA's charts. NVDA, we have seen this. NVDA, we've seen this, which is insane, don't get me wrong. And we've seen SMCI, we've seen this, which is insane, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, what else have we seen? Meta, which is basically doing something very similar. We have gone from $91 to $500. Traders, that's pretty nuts. That's pretty insane. That's pretty crazy. Meta is a play that not many people are talking about, and it's gone on a $400 move. NVDA so far has gone from 116 up towards, again, 770, so we've gone on about a $600 move. So NVDA, $600 move, Meta, $400 move, but still not many people are talking about Meta. Right now, NVDA, a little bit closer to that little trend here. If you guys are interested on these scanners and such, let me just post some stuff for you guys. I'm just gonna post some stuff over on the YouTube chat if anyone's interested on it. If you guys like my scanners and you guys want the same exact scanners that I have right here, go ahead, boom, there's a link so that you guys can go ahead and get those. Also, if you guys want to watch me trade live every single day, we just had a massive sale, that 30% off, that free 30-day pass. Unfortunately, that is over. If you guys missed it, I know tons of people took advantage of, but we still have a free 7-day pass. If you want to come and join us over on tradecaster.com, you guys can go ahead and check that on out. We also do have a 100% free Discord. It's free. I don't go live on it, but I do post alerts over there every now and then. So the thing is, make sure you guys go ahead and join the Discord, 100% free. You guys can go ahead and check that on out. And then last but not least, I do send out our morning newsletter every single day. So if you guys are interested over in our morning newsletter, let me go ahead and I will send you a link that all you have to do is post your email, and you guys will be able to get that as well. So you guys will be all good. So this is all over on my YouTube chat right now. If you guys want to go ahead and get all this great information, it's all over on the YouTube chat. And then that is, let me grab this real quick. And right here, team, is the newsletter. So sign up to that. That's the newsletter right there. Awesome. Traders, let's take a look. Are we bullish or are we bearish? SMCI, still bullish. Guys, SMCI, still bullish. NVDA, still bullish. Everything is still bullish. So there is still not one reason, not one person should be on puts right now. Not one person. I'm just saving you guys money. If anyone's on puts right now, you are literally just sitting there and saying, man, what am I doing? I'm literally just throwing away all my cash. So, NVDA, still the same thing. So simple. Stay on calls until the trend breaks. There is no reason to do puts or shorts. Stop throwing away money. Right? That's all it is. Stop throwing away money. There's no reason to do it. You guys are fine. Little upper shadow though right there. Little upper shadow over on NVDA. Could that upper shadow continue to, could that be the possible top? Guys, here we go. Hold on a second. Are we going to see the first little reversal here? Hold on a second here, team. Hold on. I don't want to get caught up in any sort of fake out crack here. So I want to kind of let this go a little bit. But as you guys can obviously tell, there's an upper shadow here. Here's an upper shadow. I would say just be ready to lock in some sort of gains, or, you know, be ready to lock in some sort of profits here. You know, we do have, you know, NVDA with that little upper shadow right there at that moment. Everything is right now. SMCI still building. NVDA still holding on up. Looks like SMCI is going to go up towards $900 plus. Looks like, you know, that play is going up towards $900 plus. NVDA here, traders. NVDA. Could we see a possible crack? Could we see a possible pullback? Can we see a possible dump? Right now, it's testing the trend line. You know, remember, simplicity. They always say, what's the word they say? KISS, keep it stupid simple. I mean, I don't really like that too much, but I mean, like, it's just like, yes, you know, keep it stupid simple. Keep it as simple as possible. If you can remember KISS, you can just remember, you know, it's simple, right? Just keep it simple, keep it easy. All right, guys, let's watch. NVDA, is this the trend line crack? Now, what you would want to wait for if you are a person that's on shorts is what? Wait for a confirmation candle. How many times have you guys ever jumped in on a play and then all of a sudden it shoots right back above that trend line? What you most likely want to be doing is waiting for some sort of confirmation candle showing that, okay, hey, this is going to actually fall. So there is a candle right there that's now showing that NVDA is currently underneath this trend line. It is still a little bit scary because obviously we have so many buyers. We have a cult of NVDA traders. But if you are looking for your short right now, NVDA here, team, it is looking like the pullback or a start of a pullback can start beginning. So be aware of that. I really am, again, I want to make sure my next trade is 100% correct. So I'm still just kind of waiting and watching here. I don't want to get caught up if this thing just pops right back up in the next few seconds. But I'm just letting you guys know at this moment, NVDA, it has that cult following where it seems like every red candle gets bought and dipped right back on up. But this is the first time today that we actually are seeing a nice pullback, that we are actually seeing a nice drop. Now, a lot of times what I do like to do as well is figure out where is this going to fall on down to. And usually you can go back to the bottom of this lower shadow and be able to figure that out. Be able to figure out, you know, where is this actually going to dip on down to? It's probably going to go on down towards, I'm going to say 771. 771 would be like the next dip buy opportunity if you guys are interested. 70-71 region, that's most likely we're going to fall. That's from me connecting the bottom of this lower shadow and keeping it on the same angle, the same degree, and basically if I just slid the purple line on down, that's going to be where this next connection would be at. So I'm going to say, how low do I think we can fall on down to? Probably down towards that 771-ish mark. That would be a great area. As for SMCI right here, SMCI is getting a drop, and SMCI here, traders, this one is going to obviously fall more. We can spike up more, but we can also fall more as well. This is going to be more of the crazier version. When SMCI goes from 895 down towards 885, that's already a $10 drop. When I take a look over on NVDA, NVDA has gone from 880 down to 775. That's only a $5 drop. So you could see that really whatever NVDA moves, imagine double that over on SMCI. So if NVDA drops another, let's say, you know, $5, SMCI could drop another $10 to $15. So right now, team, we do want to keep our eyes peeled, watching these moves, watching these plays. NVDA obviously is going to get a dip buy, most likely somewhere back on down towards the 771 mark. 771 is where we're going to get that next dip buy. SMCI does have a 52-week high, or not 52-week high, today's high at 895.50. That is a great natural resistance line, that 895.50 mark. Dek, where are you headed in Florida? I'm heading on down to Bradenton, Florida, you know, Sarasota, Florida, St. Pete, Florida, Tampa, Florida, the west coast of Florida, the west coast. We are going to be all set, ready to go here. NVDA, keeping our eyes peeled. Again, all set, ready to rock and roll. Got a couple golf tournaments coming on up. Joining Q School this year, trying to get my PGA Tour card. Hey, it's now or never, you know, guys? So, gotta attack it. Try to make that money. Deck, you serious? No, I'm just kidding. But I probably will play some golf down there. Right now, NVDA still watching. NVDA. Remember, this is going to fall down towards, you know, 872, 873. 872, 873. Now, can I just ask you guys a question real quick? And everyone, you know, just stop what you're doing for a moment if you can. Just stop what you're doing just for a second. Can everyone understand exactly how we read NVDA today? Can every single person here say, Dek, this was the easiest trading I've ever done in my life? Literally, all we did was we just held on calls all the way on up, and then when we reverse, we start looking for shorts. I mean, other than that, it's been pretty simple. I mean, I don't got to get emotional. I don't got to get scared. I don't need to overthink. I don't need to be calculating any data. I don't need to be doing any math. I don't need to be looking at this or looking at that or looking at this or looking at that. All I'm saying to myself is, hey, you know, if this play isn't doing what I want it to do, then get out. And you know what? If it's on the bullish side, let me stay calls. If it's on the bearish side, let me do shorts. It's just been, you know, you just got to keep things as easy as possible. So, you know, it's just been very, very great, very easy. And that's been, you know, so beautiful about it. Right now, got these nice pops, nice climbs, nice moves. Keeping everything nice and easy. We're probably starting to form a new little downtrend here. New little downtrend. If that downtrend ever started breaking, obviously we'd start seeing a little bit more of a spike on up. But you can always connect the dots. You can always connect the dots. You can always, you know, make your life easy just by connecting the dots and saying, all right, hey, how much higher can this one go up towards? Right now, we are getting to 10:30, about an hour into the market, where things tend to start slowing down. We start seeing a little bit more choppiness around this area. We start seeing a little bit more up and down movement around this area. So we do have a little bit of choppiness right now over on NVDA, over on SMCI. Right now, I'm still down just a little bit underneath 2,000 bucks. So I am waiting for kind of that, you know, either big time collapse or that next, you know, next move. I obviously do enjoy looking for puts, but it's hard to say, oh yeah, let's look for puts over on NVDA, which is one of the top plays out there. But a huge money maker already today, guys. Huge money maker, and congratulations to everyone who has been able to crush it. Congratulations to everyone who's been able to come out on top. Congratulations to everyone who has been just like absolutely being dynamic on this play. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. What else is there today? SPY. SPY's been a little sideways team. Take a look at the SPY. What would you guys say the SPY is in at this moment? Would you guys say that the SPY right now is basically just in some sort of ginormous bull flag pattern? Could we see the SPY going on some sort of wedge setup here? Could we see the SPY going on some sort of, you know, chart setup right here where we could see some sort of squeeze? Let's take a look. Guys, take a look over on the SPY. If I'm looking at this, I see that we have a spike, and I see we have consolidation for that next leg. I see that we have a spike, we have consolidation, then we have the next leg. You guys can see we have the spike, we have the consolidation on the next leg. We have the spike, consolidation, next leg. You guys can see, that's basically what we have. I'm going to say we have a spike. You guys take a look right here. It looks like, to me, we got that wedge patterns. Team, take a look over on the S&P 500. Pretty interesting. When I take a look over on the S&P 500 and I see that we have this wedge pattern, and this wedge pattern is starting to get a little bit of squeeze, and this wedge pattern is starting to move its way on up. So we do have SPY still again squeezing right here over on that wedge. And remember, as we talked about, this whole entire morning has been more bullish than bearish, has been more calls, has been more buyers, right? It's been a lot more buyer activity. A lot more buyers have been in control, than obviously shorters. Buyers have had control on this day. Clearly, there's not really any discussion about it. If that's on the SPY, we've hit brand new record highs. If that's over on SMCI, we're all the way back on up towards, again, 895. If that's, again, NVDA got hit all the way up towards brand new 52-week highs. I mean, in every aspect, it's been more buyers. Every single aspect, it's been more buyers. Things are going to start sliding down here, though. Usually after the first hour of the day, we start seeing, more consolidation. We start seeing a little bit more choppiness. Let's kind of get a little bit of an update here, team. See what we have, see what we're looking at. We have, oh, look at this guy, guys. Woo! Woo! S&P 500 rallies to record highs on the back of strong NVDA earnings. Woo! There's no way. I mean, the thing is, I always giggle at these pictures because there's just no way that this is an action shot of the guy actually, this photographer is not just randomly catching people perfectly at this moment. This guy is definitely saying, all right, this guy's definitely working and is probably looking at the photographer, and the photographer's probably like, come on, do something exciting. Do something exciting. And he's probably like, ah. And then they just take that one little snippet. No one in the New York Stock Exchange is walking around looking like this right now. S&P 500 rallies to record highs. Rallies to record highs on the back of strong NVDA earnings. The S&P 500 surged on Thursday to an all-time high after chip giant NVDA reported much stronger than expected quarterly results. The broad market index and 1.6% higher, hitting a record, while the Nasdaq Composite advanced 2.4%. NVDA popped nearly 14% to an all-time high after the chip company said total revenue rose a whopping 265% from a year ago. So it's basically been this entire market, this entire day, this entire play. You know what I also want to check on? I haven't checked on this in a little bit. I want to take a look over on Bitcoin. How's Bitcoin doing, guys? I haven't looked at it here in a second. Bitcoin's sitting at 50,000. Now, while Bitcoin is sitting at 50,000, I do want Bitcoin, team, at 50,000. That's not that far away from its all-time highs. All-time high, up towards around 67,000. That's not that far away. And traders are, this is another thing that people are sleeping on. People are talking, about NVDA nonstop, left and right, day after day after day after day. But it's people are letting Meta slip through their fingers. And also, Bitcoin has gone on a ridiculous great climb. Over the past 1 year, it's up 112%. So the past 1 year, guys, it's all the way back on up 112%. That's pretty significant. That's pretty awesome here. So right now, team, we're still just, keeping our eyes peeled, watching. We got NVDA still looking for that squeeze. NVDA still looking for that squeeze. NVDA looking for that next leg. So NVDA looking for that next leg on up. It looks like it might get it. And I mean, is this kind of like that new trend line we're starting to form? Let's get rid of this. Watch for that bounce off that new trend line. This kind of new trend line area. Crack underneath that trend line. We could start seeing weakness, but this is the new trend line area. Let me ask you guys right now, over in chat, who here is still on call positions? Who here is on call positions? Who here is still holding calls? Who here is still saying, Deck, I'm on the long side? Who here is still on longs? You guys are still good to go. Adjust the trend line. This is our new trend. Adjust the trend line. Here's our new trend. You guys are still good to go. So that's all it is right now. Just the trend line. You guys are still all set. People saying one call left. We have SMCI 895.50 as the high. And then we also do have NVDA right here. Where NVDA, what's that high? NVDA, taking a look over on it. Let's go put SMCI on the bottom level too. We have NVDA high 780.85. You know, you always kind of want to be thinking, what is going to be that 52-week high number? Like, is it going to be that 780.85 mark? Is that going to be the 52-week high number? 780.85. Is that the new 52-week high number? Is that going to be it? Right now, NVDA has obviously been a beast and a half. It's been an absolutely crazy one. It's been awesome. It's been fantastic. Now, let's see. I think we're going to get another pop back up towards that 780 mark here in a little bit. We've had one little pop up to 779, another little pop. Team, let's act super bearish right now. Let's just pretend to be super bearish. What would a bearish trader say at this moment? What would a bearish trader say to say, oh, it's going to fall momentarily? What would you guys give it? If someone said, hey, Dek, what do you see that could make this fall? I would say there is the potential for this head and shoulders pattern. Wouldn't you guys? I would say I would give it a potential. We see we have our left shoulder, we have our head, we have our right shoulder, and then we could have a sell-off. So we do have left shoulder here, we have our head right here, we have our right shoulder, and then we could have a sell-off. That could be the potential where we have our left shoulder here, we have our head right here, we have our right shoulder, and a possible crack of this line, we could start seeing a little bit of a sell-off. So let's go. Sander up, or excuse me, Justin up $35,000 today. Are you kidding me? Let's go. I absolutely love it, guys. Remember, my number one job is I want to see you guys make money. My number one job is I want to see you guys profit. My number one job is I want to see you guys come out on top. That's what I want, baby. Master Blaster says, bearish would say it's time to go back into the cave and take a nap. Right now, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, hey, team, you guys know I love shorting. I love it. I personally love betting against plays because most plays do turn into big losers. Little side note, SMCI just had a big red candle. SMCI just had a big red candle. But I do want you guys to just be aware of that. That it's like, even, you guys all know, I'm a monster shorter. I love shorting. I love it, okay? But I even have, like, a code. A code is, if you're on an uptrend, you don't short. That's just being stupid then. It's like you could do certain things and you could say, okay, I'm a master in this, I'm a master in that, I'm a master in this, but you still got to follow some sort of rules. So right now, SMCI, we're still waiting on this. Still watching this play. SMCI, underneath 881 is probably going to be a good entry. I would say underneath 881, things are going to start getting a little bit more of a better entry for you. But SMCI still holding. NVDA, look at this, guys. Let's watch this trend. NVDA going for that new high. We do have a little bit of a wedge here. Now, traders, let's kind of go into this. Everything that you find, you can turn into like a textbook lesson. So every single moment, you could be able to figure out what's going to be happening next. So when I go ahead and I take a look over on this chart here, we have an ascending wedge. We have an ascending triangle pattern. I can see that we have top resistance. We fell on down. We built higher lows, and now we're getting into the corner. And at the corner of the triangle, we're going to see some sort of move. Now, these examples are going to be to the upside, but that does not mean it will automatically go to the upside. But what I will say is usually when you are building higher lows, it does lead to a pop. Usually when you're building lower highs, it leads to a reversal. But let's see what happens on this wedge. We can take a look at a few other examples. We can see higher low, higher low, higher low. Then we get a nice pop and squeeze. You can see right here, higher low, higher low, higher low. Nice pop and squeeze. You can see right here, higher low, top resistance. Get to the corner of the triangle. We get a nice pop and squeeze. Same exact thing here. So right now, team, if I'm taking a look over on NVDA and I see we have a top, I see we have a top, I see we have a top, and we're in this corner on this little wedge and we're trying to squeeze, we need to either pop right here or traders are going to give up and it's going to start having some red candles back on down. So let's see what's going to happen. We do have the little brother of SMCI already starting to reverse a little bit. So SMCI, the little brother, is starting to reverse a little bit at this moment. Just a little heads up for you guys. And SMCI actually might start getting pretty weak pretty quickly. So just be aware. I might jump in on SMCI here pretty soon because we have room to fall all the way down towards that VWAP area. Let's see what NVDA does though. Because if NVDA starts cracking, team, underneath, I'm going to say underneath 777, things are going to start getting very ugly over on NVDA. But right now we're still holding slightly. Still holding. It's probably going to get a move in within the next 5 minutes. Within the next 5 minutes, I'm thinking big green candle or big red candle in the next 5 minutes. What's the SPY doing? SPY had that beautiful wedge as well. Pretty cool to see that over on the SPY. Pretty nice to see that over on the SPY, that we were able to get that wedge and that squeeze and start building on up there. So we're just doing beautiful right now. Hey, turn up. Turn up, baby. Turn up.
I'm losing it.
Turn up, everyone. Turn up. All right. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, team. Right now, taking a look, NVDA is starting to get that little pullback here. SMCI still holding that 880-ish mark. SMCI looks like it's starting to fade here very soon here, team. Be careful. I'm leaning towards shorts. Leaning towards shorts momentarily here, guys. Leaning towards shorts for everyone. Guys, SMCI right now is starting to get that pullback, is starting to get that fall. We can see that NVDA also getting that pullback, also getting that fall. This is what I'm referring to. Here is the drop of the day. Guys, I am in right now over on SMCI. SMCI, I am back in on this play here. So SMCI, I am in on this play right now. I want to see if this is going to be able to continuously drop on down as NVDA is dropping on down. Now, let's remember something, team. Was this predictable in a sense? Was this predictable? Yes, Deck, it was predictable. You had the wedge, you had the corner. You said if we couldn't break through the high, we're going to go on down and then we're going to start cracking to the bearish territory. Is this predictable? The answer is yes. You can be able to know that we are going to get some sort of dramatic move as we have been talking about here, because NVDA is obviously now on the bearish side of this uptrend, of this wedge that's been trying to hold itself on up. So that's, very nice to be able to see. SMCI right here. This play is getting weaker. This one's falling. Why? Because it's following whatever NVDA is doing. So I'm looking to just get myself back into the green and, ultimately just like start fresh here. Obviously the target for myself, I would like to see, if SMCI could fall back down towards like, the 860s. Fall back down towards that 860 mark, 865 area, start, getting that nice, big pullback. And that's going to make, my life extremely simple and extremely easy, get myself back into the green and be able to make some nice money, make some nice profits. When's the next Fed meeting? March. So the middle of March is the next Fed's meeting. Middle of March, next Fed's meeting. So I am back in on SMCI as we are getting some shorts here, as we are seeing a fade. And then I also like it as NVDA. You know, we're looking to see if NVDA is going to be able to fall back down towards that 775 mark, fall back down towards around 774, start getting a little bit more weaker there. Yeah, guys, Tesla, unfortunately, everyone asking about Tesla. I mean, Tesla, it's just like, it's a great long-term investment. Why? Because it's so low, but there's really no hype on Tesla right now. There's really not much attention on Tesla right now. You know, Tesla was all the way up at $400. It's now back down towards $192. The good news over on Tesla is that I do see a little bit of like a higher low here. So I do see a little bit of a higher low trying to build. I do see a little higher low with a little potential right here. So that's bringing in some good action, but I'm not the biggest fan of Tesla as in like, you know, a day trade. There's just not much hype. There's not much excitement, but as a long-term investment, you definitely do have a lot of potential as a long-term investment right now. Little heads on up, still watching, you know, SMCI, looking to see if we can be able to get that big red candle all the way on down. So if we can get a big red candle, also NVDA, guys, starting to get pooped on a little bit. NVDA starting to get weaker. Can everybody, you know, understand exactly where NVDA turned and why it turned? Can everyone here say, Dek, I understand why NVDA turned at the area it did. I can understand why NVDA dropped on down to the area it did. Dek, I can understand why NVDA is turning. Does everyone have clear-cut clarity on what's going on here? Guys, look at NVDA picking up steam. NVDA is getting very ugly right now because we waited to the corner of the triangle and then we started seeing this drop and this fade. And look at this. Now I was down nearly 2,000 bucks. I've been able to make back nearly $1,000 so far. So that's been very solid to be able to just see that this play right here, to be able to get this drop and get this fade and get this weakness. So that's awesome. Guys, right now we do have NVDA still looking for this weakness and still seeing if it's going to go a little bit lower. SMCI currently down. Guys, I'm going to lock in my gains right here and just make back, you know, $800. So I'm still in the red on the day. I'm still in the red on the day because I did do a couple premature puts, but I did just make back $800, which is nice. And now it's much more reasonable. So now I have a much more reasonable loss. You know, I can be able to bounce back a lot better from this. So, you know, before I was down a little, you know, right around 2,000, just made $800 back. And that's, you know, I'm in a much more reasonable area. Right now, NVDA is still getting weaker. And if we take a look over on SMCI as well, SMCI getting a little bit of a bounce play. That's why I just locked in my profits. Still, again, down slightly, but now it's much more reasonable to get myself back into the green. So, you know, it's all about patience. It's all about waiting for those good opportunities, waiting for those good setups, waiting for the plays that you know that are going to be able to build up nicely for you. And, you know, that is awesome to see that we can get that, you know, probability, we can get that profitability from waiting for these trend lines cracks and waiting for these entries and waiting for these exits and waiting for, you know, these opportunities for us to be able to make profit. Look at S&P 500, big pullback right there, guys. S&P 500 had that big pullback as well. So that kind of, you know, a lot of things, you know, hurt the market right there. Got a little bit of a drop. Most likely, team, we're going to get a small bounce play. I'm going to think we're going to get a small bounce play over on the SPY back up towards around 505. When we hit 505, that's going to be the next main resistance line. So actually, if you guys are interested, we could look for maybe a quick little SPX trade. You know, maybe point SPX here. Go on SPX. Come on, baby. SPX. There we go. February 23rd. Oh, there's a little bit of that bounce play that I'm talking about. Put contracts, SPX. And you could see, like, basically what I think is going to happen is that we're going to get that little pop back up towards around that 505.94 mark and then probably start turning back on down from there. I want to put SPY here. Actually, I want to put SPY right here. Put point SPX right here. Okay. So we do have SPY trying to hold on up. We have SMCI, which is getting weaker as well. Seems like this market is starting to shift here slightly. Market is starting to shift here just slightly at this time. Taking a look over on NVDA. NVDA, a little bit of a bounce. Still trying to hold on up here. SMCI team starting to fade, guys. SMCI starting to fade on back on down towards some lows. SMCI has room to fall all the way back on down towards around that VWAP area. Just a little heads up for you guys. We have room to fall back down to the VWAP area. The S&P 500, I think, is going to try to test these trend lines. Notice we have a bounce play, we have a bounce play, we have a bounce play, we have a bounce play. We have top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. I think, again, calls up to this trend line of like 504.90 is going to be good. And then you can look for, again, some put contracts. So I would say watch for maybe one more pullback. If you can get filled at like the 504.40s, I'm going to look for a dip buy on SPX. 3 contracts. Let's see if we get a little pullback back on down towards around that VWAP. 504. Where's SPX right now? Point SPX. Point SPX. What are we at? 505, 505, 5,000. So 5,050, 5,045. We just get a little bit more of a pullback. Give us a little bit more one. That could be it. That could be that little bounce that we're looking for. I might start with an entry. Call contract soon. I want to see that little pullback and try to get a little bounce right off that VWAP. A little bounce off the VWAP and try to make a quick 1,000. You know, I think I can make a quick $1,000 to make back my loss like very fast. If I can just nail this a little bit of a dip buy, a little bit of a bounce play. A lot of strong support. What area is this? Strong support at this old area. Where that area is a little bit lower than what I thought. $505.60s. Still trying to hold on up here slightly. I'm definitely leaning more towards calls. Definitely leaning more towards calls, guys, on that little dip buy and a bounce back up towards this trend line. I just want to get myself back into the green on the day. Get myself back into the green. Get myself back in profitable. Pre-market highs. Take a look. Go back to about a 3-minute time frame. It's this area. Pre-market high. Pre-market high 504. 40s. Again, I like the 504.40s. If I can get filled in the 504.40s, I'll take that. If I can get filled at the 504.40s, I'll take that. But it doesn't seem like it's working out the way that I want, which is sometimes what happens. Sometimes that's stock trading. So right now, no entry. So far, guys, so pumped about today. Today, all perfect alerts across the board. I did, again, personally, my trading. I prematurely jumped on in. But today was absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. All it was, guys, I said all morning, go on calls. All morning, go on calls, you'll make money. And look what happened. Boom. People making $30,000. Gator Trader made $17,000. Traders, again, banking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, we are seeing, again, that little bit of reversal. Little bit of reversal, little bit of that drop, little bit of that turnaround here. S&P 500 has room to bounce back on up towards around that 504.90 mark. So 504.90 area. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely great. Let's see here, traders. Don't want to force over on these plays here. A little bit of that pop. That's still trying to move itself on up here. A little bit of that squeeze. It's going to try to get that move on up. Again, that top right here. Basically, what I think is going to happen is going to hit a top right here, top right here, hit a top right here, hit a top right here. That's basically what, the idea that we're going to be at. So we did come on down towards that 504.50 mark. I wanted that 504.40 mark for this bounce play of this green candle. Unfortunately, I'm just a little too late right now. So I'm a little bit too late, but you can see the bounce play off of this old area, bounce play right above the VWAP, and now it's trying to move itself back on up. It will have some strong resistance right next to that 505 mark if it gets there. So, you are going to have strong resistance at the 504.90 and strong resistance right around 504.95. So those are going to be next areas that you could look for quick little shorts if you guys are interested, just because we do have that bounce, and then we do have those 2 trend lines that are starting to reverse. So far, so good, team. Amazing job on everyone today on what you guys been able to achieve and what you guys been able to do. SMCI, a little bit of a bounce still back on up. SMCI, nice little bounce play. I'm out of that play. I want to get myself back into the green. Right now for 2024, I'm at an 88% win rate. 88% win rate, and I'm currently sitting with $23,000 in profit. So again, 2024, $23,000 in profit with an 88% win rate. I haven't been able to, get the ball rolling over like the past week or so, just because we've been watching Nvidia, been trying to get some Nvidia trades. I've been doing some small puts. I've been getting out of the small puts. So I've been keeping my losses extremely small, but I haven't gotten my big win yet this week, which is why I'm still only at $23,000. So I've kind of been stuck at around $20,000 for the past week now. It's just I haven't been able to get the ball rolling off this $23,000 mark because I keep looking for puts, but then it keeps going up higher. So then I keep small losses, and then I'll make back the small losses, and I kind of like I'm running in the same place. So I just want to get like my one big win to kind of get me going and get myself up to $25,000-$30,000. But that's basically, if you guys need an update on my 2024 so far, we're up over 85% win rate, which is amazing, and still sitting right around $20,000, a little bit above that at $23,000, but we're still trying to get this party going a little bit more. Now, remember, it's only February, so it's still, pretty solid. We're still kind of averaging, even if we ended right now, $11,500 a month trading. I mean, that's fantastic, but we still want to get kind of that big trade on the first, on one of these upcoming days. NVDA still bearish in my eyes. Still bearish. Might get a random little pop here, but right now, team, it's still bearish until we truly find support. I'm still seeing lower highs. I'm still seeing some weakness here. I still see this over on NVDA. So NVDA still is bearish until we pop. If that pops right now and we start breaking on out, we can now do what? Get rid of this trend line. We no longer need it. Cool. And let's go ahead and let's put this right here. And let's say to ourselves, hey, now we have nice support. Are we going to start forming a channel? That's kind of like the next big thing that you guys want to be looking for. Is this now a channel? Is this channel the new setup? Top resistance, bottom support, top resistance, bottom support, top resistance, bottom support, top resistance, bottom support, and then going up from there. Right now, traders, we are nice little bounce right there. We also do have, again, that SPY trade. SPY trade is going to try to bounce on up. SPY is probably going to go up towards, I think it's going to go all the way up towards around that 505 mark. I still would look for a quick put. I think it's going up towards around 505 if you want a quick little put contract. It's a scalping put. What does a scalping put mean? It means you get filled, and then once you're in the green, you take gains. So I'm going to do about probably like 6 contracts. Look to get filled up near around 505, maybe even just slightly above 505, and then look for a put contract right back on down. So I want to see if I can get that. Get a quick little pop up towards 505, put contract back on down to 506. Get probably 6 to 9 contracts on SPX. Should be able to pay out $1,000 on about a 15-cent move. So I want to see if I can just nail this bad boy real quick and go from there. Right now, team, 1057 in the market. Trying to get myself back into the green here. Coming on up towards around 11 o'clock. Coming on up towards around 11 o'clock here. What do we got? SPY resistance. I know we got a little resistance right around that 504.90 mark. I just think we're gonna get a pop, and then you guys can see where we are bouncing off of. Take a look right here. I'm just gonna make it very clear, very easy, as I always try to do. And which is what you guys can see. Bounce play right here. Bounce play right here. Bounce play right here. Bounce play. Bounce play. Next resistance line up near here. So really, old support turns into new resistance. LeBron James over in chat says, Sean, every time you stream, you make me want to do the gritty. I like it. I like it. It's one of those little dance moves that I don't really know if I can, if I'm good with those. So every single time I stream, it gets you going, and it makes you want to be able to do the gritty. Oh, yeah. Hey. 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 Oh. Ah. Ah.
I say right foot creep, walking with that heat. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see.
That weatherman, that weatherman knows what to do. That weatherman's got it. That weatherman's got it. All right, now team, still waiting for that little pop. What's SMCI doing? SMCI back on up towards around that 881 mark. 881 is kind of like the strong resistance, it seems like, at this time. Dek, make some predictions here, Dek. Just tell me what to do in the future. This is what you got. I'm going to get everyone all settled in here. All right, everyone settle in. Everyone take off your, your cowboy boots. Everyone take off your assless chaps. Everyone just, sit back, crack a cold one if you want to, and let's just relax here just for a moment. So, for every single person right now that's saying, Dek, what should I be getting myself involved in? What should I be doing? This is it. NVDA is now inside of a channel, okay? When you guys take a look over on NVDA, all you have to do is realize that this channel is probably going to go back and forth for a bit. You are going to notice that every time you come up to the top resistance line, you usually tend on falling. You hit the top resistance line, it usually ends up falling. It comes up to the top resistance line, it usually ends up falling. Awesome. Then what else do we have here? We have this bottom support line. We usually end up climbing. We have this bottom support line. We usually end up climbing. We have this bottom support line. We usually end up climbing. So right now, if you want to say, what can I be doing over on NVDA? Play the chart, not your emotions. Your emotions may say, Dek, I want to short this so badly, I'm going to short it all the way for it. Ah! You don't need to do that, okay? Play the chart. Dip buys at the blue line, red resistance, do puts at the top line. If you crack underneath the blue line, you do puts. If you break the red line, you do calls. As long as you stay inside of it, you go back and forth. Make sense? Cool. What else do we have here? Take a look at the SPY. The SPY has this nice dip buy, this nice dip buy, this nice dip buy, this nice dip buy. Old support turns into new resistance. Top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. That's going to be trouble to get back above this area. If you can break back above 505, the market's then going to be bullish back on the day. And that's going to be very nice and very awesome. As for SMCI, SMCI seems like it has a lot of its main trouble right around like that 885-ish mark. It's not going to be as clear. It's a lot more crazy than of obviously NVDA, but it seems like 885 is where this one has a little bit more trouble, is where this one starts having a little bit more dropping here. That all good, guys? That all makes sense for everyone? So I am very pumped, very excited to see what's going to be happening up on this play. Little side note, traders, and again, for anyone that was curious, I did get an offer. So over on my Utah house team, this is my place out in Utah. I did get an offer, and I'm gonna be accepting that offer. So I'm making, basically my biggest house flip of my life, and I am very excited. Blessed beyond words to be able to, say that, I got a few offers on this home and, gonna accept one. So that is huge. That is amazing. And, it is just incredible. It is absolutely incredible that, that throughout this past year, how high the housing market has gone and what has happened in the housing market. But I had a few offers on my home. I've accepted an offer and, it's nuts. So that house in the next 3 months is going to someone else. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm so excited about it, guys. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited about it. But to think, I always like to just take a moment. I really do, team. I like to take a moment and I like to just reflect on it sometimes. And to think, when I was 20 years old, team, when I was 19 years old, I had really no sense of what I wanted to do. When I went into freshman year of college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I went from criminal justice to business to education to back to business to trying to figure out what I wanted to. I had no idea. And now 10 years later, I'm basically buying and selling $2 million houses. I mean, that That just goes to show like what is possible. 10 years ago, I had no idea what I even wanted to do. Now, 10 years later, I'm sold a house for $1.9 million. I mean, you can make a change. You can be that change. Both my parents, incredible. I love them. They're both teachers. They weren't making millions of dollars when I was growing on up, but I saw their work ethic. I saw how hard they worked, and it rubbed off on me. And I will always say this: you can be the hardest worker in your field, but if it's not a job that has no limit on your ceiling of salary, it's not the job that I personally want to be working in. I would always say it made me like, it broke my heart in a way when I would see my mom grade papers until 3 a.m. and she would get paid the same amount as someone who just rolled in a TV and said, okay, we're going to be watching movies. I'll be honest, guys. If I was a teacher, and I would probably roll in a TV a lot of times and say, hey, watch the movie, because I'm getting paid 50, 60, whatever, $70,000 a year, no matter what I do. That's unfortunately not the job that I want. I like a job that motivates me every day. The job is where it's, if you work hard, you have no limits. If you work hard, you make $1 million. If you don't work hard, you make no money. It's really as simple as that. That's the job field that I choose. Now, obviously, is there pressure towards that? Absolutely. Is there consequences at times? Absolutely. Is it, up and down and wild ride and sometimes there's no stability? Absolutely. But if you are willing to put in more work than everyone else, you're going to come out on top. And that's the job field that I chose, that I was going to basically determine my salary based off my work ethic. So in 10 years, being able to trade, 10 years, being able to start businesses, 10 years, be able to buy real estate, 10 years, be able to flip real estate. Now again, selling homes for almost $2 million. I mean, it's insane. It's just absolutely insane. So right now, team, want to make sure that we're all good here. But yeah, hey, everyone can get fired on up. Everyone can do it, guys. Anyone can do it. So right now, team, we're still watching. We're still waiting. We're still staying alert. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Kevy, I appreciate you and your wife. Feel weird saying that, but thank you, Kevy. Golden, you're the man. Right now, SMCI here, team. Watching and waiting. Guys, SMCI still getting a look at SMCI and SPY. Guys, SPY getting this pop. Guys, SPY getting this little pop on up. Let's just see if SPY can get a little bit of a pop. I might look for a quick put here. If the SPY gets a little bit more of a pop on up. SPY get a little bit of that break. Let's get a little bit of this break on up. Little bit of a break. I'm going to do a small put contract, trying to put myself back in the green. 504, 506. Keep on going here slightly, guys. I'm going to do a contract here on the put side. Put side I'm getting involved in right now. And I want to see if it goes up a little bit higher. And then I'm going to look for a scalping reversal. Scalping reversal. Scalping reversal means I'm trying to get filled. I want to see if it goes up a little bit higher. I'm in on 3 contracts right now, just in case it does get a little bit of a dump. If it does pop up a little bit higher, I'm still going to, enter on this. But I'm thinking, what, like 515, 515, 516? Enter a little bit more on a put contract, looking for that quick little scalping play. And then get a little reversal back on down. So we're back on down to 505. SPX 5,045. Oh, I don't have the right strike price. My strike price is really bad. That's my error, guys. I have a really bad strike price. Still, look at this. Beautiful. Still beautiful. Still making 100, 200, guys. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful put contract right at the purple line. Look at the drop. Awful strike price on my end. Awful, stupid strike price on my end, but still just made $300. I'm going to lock that in right there. So I'm just going to lock in $300 to bring my loss back to a little bit more of a realistic area. And remember, I'm just kind of cutting away my loss. So I started off with 2 bad trades. And again, even here, I could have made back more money. I just had a bad strike price. But can everybody see? Remember, I try to keep it simple, stupid. Right? Or keep it stupid simple. Or keep it so simple, you're good. So the thing is, what did I just do right here, team? I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything wild. All I saw was, okay, I have a bounce play right here. 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 That's going to hold up as new resistance. Old support turns into new resistance. That's exactly how it works on out. Support and resistance. You guys can literally go to Google if you guys want to. Go over to images and say to yourself, okay, how does support and resistance work? And take a look at this picture right here. Right? This picture is so simple. This picture is so easy, and it's just going to give you the answers where you have, all right, guys, we have support and resistance. Here's resistance, and guess what? Now it holds up as support. Now it holds up as support. Now it holds up as support. Very clear, very simple, very straightforward, right? Old support turns into new resistance. Guys, these are all things that I'm going to ask you guys a question right now, okay? And I want you guys to be honest with me. Every single person be honest with me, all right? And I can guarantee 99% of people have not done it, but I will say probably 1% has. How many people have gone to tradecaster.com and have watched every folder in the video library? Have you watched a 2023 bootcamp of last year where we went over everything from level 2 to float and volume to support and resistance to entries and exits to trend lines to mob shifting to how to find news, short squeezes, all this stuff? Have you guys watched level 2 bootcamps, shorting bootcamps, entries and exit bootcamps? Have you guys watched the candlestick bootcamps? Have you guys watched trendline bootcamps? Have you guys watched my strategy bootcamps? Have you guys watched all the classic lessons, the general education bootcamps? Have you guys watched the bootcamps on options? Every single day, I get questions. People say, Dek, how did you do that? And I say, we literally have a bootcamp on it in the video library. Go to the 2023 bootcamp and watch the lesson that goes over support and resistance. And if you just watch this lesson right here, support and resistance, it's literally going to tell you exactly what I just did. Okay, thank you. Next day, hey, Dek, how do you read a level 2? We literally have a free video here for members on level 2 bootcamp. Hey, Dek, how do you know when to enter? It's literally all right here. So if you are a trader and you're saying to yourself, man, I don't know what to do, watch every single one of these bootcamp lessons and just have a notebook ready and a pencil sharpener ready to go. And maybe again, a glass of Mountain Dew, because things are going to get a little bit crazy. I know there are some of you guys. I know there's some of you guys that have watched every single video out there. And you guys, I support you and I love you. And if you guys haven't watched every single video out there, you guys get in here. You know, I don't like, the thing is, there are tons of people out there, tons of people that will take this and say, oh, I'm going to charge $5,000 for it. People say, oh, yeah, you sell a course, sell this course, sell that course. This is literally free. And I give it to you guys, but it's tough. Because I feel like literally me having it free, I'm just going to be honest, I feel like me having it free, people don't see the value in it. I feel like a lot of times I'm like, hey guys, this is free. And people are like, oh, it's free. Okay, thanks. But when you charge $400, $1,000, $5,000, people say, ooh, this is great. I need to watch this now. Because when you invest a little money into it, it makes it more important to you. So the thing is, sometimes I say to myself, man, you know, we have currently right now 3,000 members of Tradecaster. And right now only 300 people have watched this video, or 164 people have watched this video. And it's saying, maybe if I charge $1,000 for access to the video library, people will then take it more seriously. Then people will say, hey, you know what? We can go ahead and dive on it. Now, again, you know, they'll take it more seriously because they're putting more into it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, guys. The thing is, just because something's free doesn't mean it doesn't have value. If you want me to, I can slap a $10,000 price tag on this, and then again, people will take it more serious. But everything you have is right here. You just got to take the time to learn. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that on out if you guys haven't yet. It's free to you guys. So make sure you guys get on in there. And I love it. And I appreciate you, Giovanni. Got in on the membership here on Tradecaster. The video library is so awesome. Cosmic Rays, so much value in those lessons. I've even watched a few of them a couple times. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then, guys, we do have a brand new one, right? We have a brand new boot camp coming on up here very soon. If anyone does not know, our brand new boot camp coming on up here very soon, Stock Trading Masterclass 2024. In this course, individuals will learn in detail stock trading basics, investment fundamentals, technical analysis, advanced charting, trading strategies. Each segment will cover a new topic in investing that will gradually ease from traditional investing to more modern trading strategies. This course is breaking down into 24 individual parts, which will be the building blocks of successful investing. So, if you guys do not know, in this upcoming course, learn core and advanced investing strategies, fully comprehend market analysis and research, create or find successful investment strategy based off your risk management, identify chart patterns and technical analysis for future movement. We have 24 parts. What is the stock market? Terminology, beginner mistakes, candlesticks, support and resistance, trend lines, entries, exits, market, limit orders, buying and selling strategies, pre-market buying and selling, psychology, mob shifting, time frames, indicators, float and volume, how to be profitable, breakout chart setups, level 2, shorting, short squeezes, different ways to trade a market, how to create a morning watch list, options, brokers, and scanners. These are all things, guys, that we are going to be going over in the future. So please make sure that you guys are all good there. So we're all good. Make sure you guys are all good here. Team SPY, again, a little bit of that break. Now, again, we are going back to that bullish side here. Back to that bullish side, back to that bullish territory. And yes, I am live every day over on Tradecaster.com, which is where the video library is at. SPY, a little bit weaker. Nvidia starting to slow on down here a bit. Nvidia team, notice we're still inside that channel. So if anyone is, needing a little bit help, remember, it's all about that channel right now. So we do have Nvidia, channel setup, put the highs, call the lows. Stay smart as long as we, trade the channel as long as it holds. So that's what it really comes on down to at this moment. Right now, team, it's just simple trend line trading. Or, channel trading. Channel trading. Channel trading. I love it. 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 I do. All right, team, staying alert. Let's see, NVDA working its way back on up. Let's see where SMCI's at. SMCI also working itself back on up. So SMCI working itself back on up. It seems like, again, buying volume is still very strong here. Seems like things are still climbing, still moving. S&P 500 looking for that next leg. Next area for a put contract. Deck, I want to do a put contract. Next area for a put contract is going to probably be like right now coming on up on a put contract. If anyone's interested on it, Deck, why do you say that? For this little head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder, SPY. Let's actually do this right. Let's go SPX. Where are we at here? 5,064. Let's have the right entries. 5,065. Let's go 5,070. Put contracts. Let's see if we get a little bit more of a pop. One last little pop right here, up near around that 505.50 mark, and then let's look for another quick little reversal. Put contract, another quick little reversal, and see if we can be able to make some money. So let's see a little pop on up right here. I'm gonna buy some puts. Gonna jump back in over on the put side. Jump back in over on the put side and see if we can get a little bit weaker right off the rip here. So I'm in on another put contract, put scalp contract. Basically, I'm looking to get filled and then come right back on down. So I want to see if this thing can get filled right here towards around like 505.55 and then fall back on down. I'm going to add another 6 contracts. 6 contracts in on this over on SPX, which is like the crazy version of the SPY. So as long as, if we can fall underneath 505.50 on the level 2, that's when I'm going to be green. So I just want, SPY to go back underneath 505.50 after having a little pop. Up or high, here's a little bit of pop, and I'm looking for a red candle back on down. If I don't get that red candle, I just get out and I move on. But if we can fall back underneath 505.50, get a quick little scalp back on down towards around 505.35, we should be able to make another $300 and we'll be all good, ready to go. So let's just be ready to rock here. Be all set, ready to rock. Let's go SPY here. Put that up on the top. SPX, all good. And let's see if we can get that reversal. Right now we're at 505.50 still. You can see, you know, my P&L, we're right at that 505.50 mark. It's still holding 505.50. I just want to see that red candle. Give us that nice red candle. Give us that little bit of that reversal. And I don't want it to, you know, hold too well. If this thing keeps on popping, I just got to get out, move on, accept the loss, and say, hey, you know what? It's not going to do what I want. Nope, see, it's getting a little bit of a pop. This is where I'm just going to say it's starting to squeeze. I'm going to give it maybe 2 more seconds here. But if it does not do what I want, team, I'm not going to hold and hope. Holding and hoping is the worst thing you can do. It's looking too strong right now. Holding, hoping not is what I want. I got my finger on the trigger to get out of this play. If this thing keeps on going, what's the high of the day? 505.70 is the high. 505.70 is the high of the day right here. If we break that high, out. Right now I'm down 200 bucks. Not much, not bad, but I know this is not the trade that I want it to be. The trade that I wanted was, again, hit 505.50 and drop underneath it. Not me testing record highs. That's not the trade that I signed up for. So right now I'm down 240. Now I'm down 120. So now, again, as you guys can see, guys, now I'm back to, now I'm almost back to even here. Getting a little bit of this pullback. If I can get back to even, I'm going to get out, start fresh, and just go from there. Right now, 505.50. Go back down to 505.50. Let's get that actual crack now. 505.50. We're almost back to even here. Oh, come on. Back on down. There we go. Now let's get a little bit of crack. Let's get that red candle. Let's get that 505.50 dump. Here we go. Now we're in the green. Up 150. Now let's get that crack on down to the 505.30s. Here we go. Nice little red candle. Nice little drop. Now we're up $180. Let's keep going weaker here. I want to see the SPY at 505.30s. 505.46. 49. Guys, I'm going to get out right here and just take a quick 90 bucks. It's not doing exactly what I want. Again, not doing exactly what I want. Still working back, taking my loss, getting green, taking my profits, and just moving on. Not doing exactly what I want here, but you guys can still see the same idea. Spike, drop, spike, drop, spike, drop. Think about this as like a mountain range, okay? So, I mean, did I make money there? Yes. And there, come on! Come on, look at it! Look at this! Look at this right here! You guys see this? Okay, that would have been a nice profit. But the thing is, so think about this as a mountain range, all right? This is the mountain range right here. Mountain ranges, you guys look into the mountain and you guys can see basically this, right? This is you right here, all right? I'm gonna get very artistic. This is you, and this is the back of your head. And you're obviously looking this way. And out in this way, what do you see? You see in the distance, you see a nice little road, and you see in the distance, you see a little car again driving on that road, and you're saying, wow, this is incredible. Look how nice this is. And then over in the distance even more, you see these monster mountain ranges all the way in the back here, where it's just like, boom, you know, all the way here, and then you see another, you know, boom, all the way back here. You know, you're out in Colorado or out in Utah, boom, all the way back on here. And then obviously, you know, way up in the sky over here, we got some sort of, you know, beautiful sunset and sunrise, right? Oh, just shining across the mountains, and you're saying, voila, this is beautiful, right? That's awesome, right? That's absolutely great, absolutely awesome. So what we have right here, team, as you guys can realize, is, you know, I think about these plays a lot of times as like mountain ranges. Mountains just don't go up forever, right? You have the top peak, right? You have the top peak, and then guess what? You head on back on down. You climb on up a mountain, you head back on down. You climb on up a mountain, you head back on down. So these mountain ranges are just like this in the market, where you do have, again, these nice spikes and you fall back on down. You have these nice spikes and these fall back on down. You have these nice spikes and you fall back on down. And you can see how these mountain ranges basically, you know, are going to be a great way to, you know, be able to see these stocks. That there's not usually a huge difference between an old high and a current high. It's more about, you know, looking at these plays. Right, looking and understanding that these plays. I mean, here's a great example right here, team. You know, people say, hey, Dek, you know, let's go ahead and grab this. This to me, the SPY, looks just like this. Okay? It's like, what'd you learn today? I learned that I got to be watching National Geographic a little bit more. I mean, it's just a little like analogy, you know, to just kind of get you to understand, you know, these mountain ranges. When you get near a peak, you're usually near another peak. When you're near a peak, you're usually near another peak. You're usually near another peak, right? So you can kind of see how these peaks on out. All right, Dek, thanks. Next thing you're going to start saying is, you know, things about astrology. You're going to start talking. Guys, whoa. Now that you guys bring that on up, what's today? Hold on a second. Today's February 22nd. Guys, did you guys know that the Scorpius of February 22nd, today, his favorite color is green? The Corpius Scorpiano. The Corpius Scorpiano, Mermaid of Posadiano. His favorite color is green. This all makes sense now. Hold on, guys. I gotta open up my window real quick. Yep. I'm looking out the window right now. Yep. This all makes sense. This all makes sense now. Guys, I did not realize that today was a Corpius Scorpiano Posadius and it was a sunny out. So that's why the market's moving on up. That's why the market's moving on up here. Makes sense. Makes sense. And if anyone does not know what I'm talking about right now, okay? If anyone's a little confused saying, Dek, I have no idea what we have here. There are people out there that are investing based off nothing but the stars. Let's see. Let's just see what this lady says. I'm just gonna click this lady. I typed in. Let's see here. I haven't seen this video. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that she's gonna say something ridiculous. I typed in Bitcoin astrology. I'm gonna assume she's gonna say something ridiculous. I have no idea. It could be a hit or miss here.
Ripple XRP is a coin that on the long term will make people a lot of money. At the beginning of February of 2025, the year 2025, Ripple enters into the Dasha Bhukti of Venus-Jupiter. Beginning at this moment, Ripple and XRP will be used in some way in transactions between nations, and this will likely be related to how different countries' CBDCs are able to transact with each other. This will catapult XRP value into a new price territory that will be worth the wait. I am a financial Vedic crypto astrologer and have been predicting Bitcoin and Ether price for my clients for the past 5 years, as well as certain altcoins such as Ripple XRP. Check out my website to become part of my community, because if you're watching this right now, then you and I already have something in common. And I hope you'll join me.
Bitcoin astrology, baby. Bitcoin astrology. Okay. Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day, guys. Interesting stuff here. If you guys are ever bored, just go on YouTube, type in Bitcoin astrology. Right now, SPY team starting to get a little bit weaker at this moment. Slightly in the red today, slightly in the red, down $800. I'm down $800 at this time, which again, is very tiny. I just haven't had that like one solid monster mover from me yet. Penny stocks are a little bit slower. I've been able to win on my last few trades, which has been great. I just haven't been able to nail that one solid big mover for myself just yet. Nvidia is still inside this channel. SMCI right now, team, is, whoa, look at SMCI. SMCI is going for, going all the way back. It looks like SMCI is going all the way back on up towards around 1,000. So team, take a look at SMCI going for it here. SMCI saying, hey, we're not slowing down. We're not stopping. I'm going for it. So SMCI, if NVDA ever started going back on above that 780 mark, watch for SMCI to start getting a lot of heat. Watch for SMCI to start getting a lot of attention. Also, we are seeing the SPY right now trying to pop itself back on up. SPY right now looking for that pop. SPY right now looking for that move and looking for a lot of that run. So we do have, again, SMCI still trying to go. Dek, where's like the next strong resistance on SMCI? Let's just look back at the past like week here. So if we go back to a 15-minute time frame, I'm going to say next strong resistance, I would probably give it where? Maybe 930-ish? Somewhere right around this 935 area over on SMCI. And the reason why I say this is because that, SMCI, this is where we, in the 930s is where we had a lot of the old dump off had some consolidation. So we had the big sell-off. We had a little consolidation. We have a little upper shadow right here. We do have a bounce play, bounce here. A lot of consolidation. I'm going to say it's not going to be done at 935, but I'm going to say you are going to probably have some sort of rejection at 935. So I'm going to say that I think, SMCI, 930, 925, 935, that $10 region is going to be your target. And then look to lock in profits or quick short. And then from there, you can say to yourself, all right, hey, I want to figure out if we're going to break 935 or go see that next move. But I still think you got about another $15 here left. I still think you got another $15 over on SMCI. Traders, we are coming on down to the end of the morning. I do want to open up the floor here. Does anyone on YouTube, on TikTok, on Tradecaster have any sort of questions, comments, or concerns? Obviously, I'm more than happy to help you guys on out. And if you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I am here for you. So any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know, guys. Happy to help you on out. Give you guys a few seconds if anyone's typing anything on out so that you guys are all good, ready to rock. As you guys do know, as I said, traders, I will not be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, obviously, we'll have all of our live streamers doing their thing, but I will not be here tomorrow. So the next time that you guys see me is going to be on Monday morning. All right, Monday morning. Yes, I might get in a trade over lunch hours here and there, but I'm not going to be trading super late because I do need to drive to the airport, and we'll be all set, ready to go. So we're going to be all good, all ready to rock, seeing what's going to be coming on up here. And yep, going out there in a little bit, I'm going to be jumping out on the Tradecaster private jet. So just a little heads on up if people don't know this. When you guys are a Tradecaster member, every single person here has access to the private jet. There's no fee for you guys. The only thing you guys have to pay for is just the gas, the flight attendant, the captains, the maintenance, the hangar, and I think that's it, and maybe some of the monthly dues. But the thing is, if you guys are a Tradecaster member, you guys have full access to the Tradecaster jet. So whenever you guys want to, all you guys got to do is just call me on up, let me know that you're taking it out, and again, fly wherever you want. So just a little heads up, all Tradecaster members do have access to the Tradecaster jet. So it's another reason to sign on up over to tradecaster.com so you guys have access and you guys are all good to go. Yes, inside it is absolutely beautiful. For those who do not know, it's stunning. It's it's amazing. It's like a Ritz-Carlton in there. Damien, why does Robinhood take so long for my options? I could have made so much money. Personally, I don't use Robinhood. Why? Because I think Robinhood stinks. So I don't use Robinhood. I use Lightspeed, right? So you guys know I use Lightspeed. That is the one that I use. If you guys, again, put in where it says who sent you and you guys put Dekmar or Dekmar trades, you guys always get a discount. So, or Tradecaster, you guys always get a discount. So just a little heads up, if you guys want to sign up to Lightspeed, that's who I use. They're quick, great, fast. That's the broker that I use. I would never use Robinhood or any of those brokers. They're just too slow. They're too choppy. They're not good. Yeah, just hop on the G4. You guys will be all set. Dustin, how much is your course, bro? I don't charge anything for the course. So if you're talking about the video library, it's absolutely free. Video library is absolutely free as long as you are a member on Tradecaster. So if you are, again, a member on Tradecaster, you have access to watch all of these live streams every single day from all the live streamers, including myself, and you have access to the video library where you can be able to go ahead and join. So again, make sure you get on in here. Free 7-day pass, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. But I don't want to charge. I don't like charging, guys. I want basically you guys to see that it's like I'm not here for money. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help you guys grow. I'm here to help you guys succeed. If I wanted to, I could charge for this and charge for that and charge. I don't want to. I try to make everything affordable. I try to make everything free. I try to make everything good to go where you guys say, hey, Dek's a cool guy. Dek's a nice guy. Dek, again, is literally doing this for ourselves. I mean, every now and then I get it. Still, I'm part of that world where there's a lot of haters towards and people are going to still say random, trash to me every now and then. That's part of it. I got you. It's all good. But I literally don't try to charge for things I don't have to so that you guys can be able to learn and be able to make money. $2,000 is the minimum deposit on Lightspeed to use the Lightspeed Trader platform, the broker platform. That's not the web platform, but like the downloadable version. It's $5,000. So you can trade with $2,000, but it's gonna cost. It's gonna be $5,000 to get like the downloadable program, the Active Trader Pro. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen. I want to just say thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. I hope every single trader is absolutely fired on up. And team, yes, I might jump in on a play here and there over on like SMCI over lunch hours. I will definitely let you guys know. But I just want to say everyone over on TikTok, everyone over on YouTube, everyone over on Discord, and especially everyone over on Tradecaster, I hope you guys have the most fantastic weekend ever. I hope you guys step outside today and you guys look up at the sky and you say, wow, it is absolutely incredibly beautiful out. Then again, you're going to the grocery line and someone in front of you accidentally pays for you and says, you know what, I'll take care of your groceries. You don't worry about it. Then again, you're walking to your car and your dream husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend comes on up to you and says, you are a stunning human being. And then you say, well, thank you so much. Get in line, buddy. And then again, you drive on home and then you realize that you have a brand new puppy sitting in the back of your favorite, little breed, and he's licking your face, going, licking your little tiny earlobes, and you're just having the time of your life. That's what I hope happens to you this weekend. That's what I'm going for, guys. So make it happen. It starts with you, right? The doors are there, but you got to be willing to walk through them. So record it, send it on over to me. I hope it happens. Traders, SMCI, absolutely beautiful. I do got to go out and catch a flight, but I will be here probably for the next 2 to 3 hours so that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Traders, have a wonderful and absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy it, baby. Have a good one, team. Have a great weekend, and welcome to the #1 trading community in the world. This is what we do here every single day. Baby, oh baby, oh baby. I love being here. I love working with the squad. I love working with this team, and I just want to say thank you again so much for all the traders who have just absolutely crushed it. Team, thank you so much. Let's get ready to rock and roll and help me wrap this thing on up. You guys know the drill. Enjoy your profits. Enjoy your gains. Get on over here to Tradecaster.com and help me do this, team. In 3, 2, 1. Have a good weekend, team. See you guys back here on Money Monday. Enjoy it. If I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way. AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time
now
trader.
Now we're currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.